we saying, boys? Really, bro? Really, bro? Fucking banned from the For You page for 3 days. For fucking... Okay. Morning, boys. Morning, Shuaib. Morning, Casual. Morning, Troy. Borhan. KR. Pascal. Santiago. Josh. Ian. Slater. Lord, what you saying, boys? Sick. Just spilt my fucking coffee. Clean this shit up too soon. What you saying, boys? Let me know what pairs we're looking at. See EU and GU SMT. Yeah, bro. What you saying, Lord? What you saying, Badiz? What you saying, Deep Focus? What you saying, Fate? Well, I've gone for this guy's hairline. Fucking English Frank, you cheeky fucker. Well, I've gone for this guy's hairline. Well, I've gone for your name, mate. You called Frank. It's a dog's name. Probably look like a bulldog as well. What are we saying though, chat? Let me know what pairs we're trading. EU sells. Yeah, I'm looking at EU sells as well, boys. Main thing I'm looking at, I really want price to sort of distribute away from the DTO and then retest and then move. That's the main move that I'll be looking for. If we look on the 1 hour, we did have that nice distribution yesterday. And we're just really looking for a continuation of that trend. So we just want this 1 hour, we've got this 1 hour order block here. Or I think we actually used a 30-minute order block. So we want price to push up into the order block and then have a sell-off. So that's what I'm basically looking for. Similar thing on EU. Want us to push down into this 30-minute order block and then have that buy up. Same with GU, into the 30-minute and then have that buy up. So I basically think the best chance of actually catching a trade would be to catch EU and GU on the way down. And then New York session is likely to have the main move. So I will really be looking for sells off of the DTO for EU and GU down to that order block. So yeah, I don't really want to enter too early because obviously it is a counter trend move. Bearing in mind we are bullish overall. So if we're looking at sells, that is a little bit risky. So we have got to time it properly. So what I'm really looking for is price to distribute away from the DTO and then return back. I'll enter here. Stops here, TP on that order block, and then I'll catch that move there. Is what I'll be trying to go for. So that's basically what I'm looking at, chat. What are you saying, Machoto? What are you saying, Action? What are you saying, Fate? What are you saying, Deep Focus? But yeah, so that's basically what I'm looking at, boys. So I do momentum pushing away from this. I want a fair value gap to form when we're distributing away because, as I said, we are obviously in an uptrend overall. So that's risky looking for sales. So we do want there to be nice momentum that we can then take advantage of. So yeah, that's what I'm really waiting for. A nice distribution on the 5-minute. And then I'll be looking to enter. We'll just retap the DTO again. Hopefully EU again can have a few more bearish candles. And then we hopefully should be good to go. Again, we're going to be looking for, if I draw it on my chart, something like this. If we get something like this, then I'll be looking to enter off of the DTO. So this here is basically what I'm waiting to happen. If we get this nice selling pressure, then I'll be looking to re-enter. But yeah, chat, let me know what pairs you lot are looking at. That's mainly what I'm looking at today. Let me know if you see anything differently. Let me know any other pairs you're trading. JPY is still looking nice and bearish. So I'd still personally be looking to sell the yen basket and therefore buy the likes of EJ and GJ. This was that EJ position yesterday. We are going to be looking for like similar entries on that. Although I do still like the same order block, to be honest. But yeah, chat. What's your bias on EU? I will be bullish overall, bro. Bullish overall. But I do want us to come down a little bit first before we have that move. You can see, if we look at yesterday's price action, we had that nice distribution away, which gave us a breaker structure. So I really want price to return back into the order block and then price to move higher. So you could really buy now. But the thing is, if you bought now, your stop loss is going to have to be really, really big. So you could buy there. Your stop loss is going to have to be below this, which is about 30 pips, which for us is quite a lot. So again, you could go for something like this, just to set 1 to 2 if you really wanted to just get in. But the way that we trade, I'm first looking for sells into this and then buys higher. So that's basically what I'm looking for. But as I said, my main bias is bullish. So yeah, I do want to see nice confirmations first. Everyone drop a like on the video, boys, right now. Everyone drop a like on the vid right now. So we're getting some nice bearish channel. You are 10 times more better. And what makes you say that, bro? What's your take on GJ? Again, I'll be bullish on GJ. I can look at it a little bit more in a sec, but yeah, I'll mainly be bullish on GJ. Are you circumcised? Why do you keep asking me that? Why do you keep asking me if I'm circumcised? You keep on not only saying it in my live, but you've also added me on the Trading Helpline Snapchat account. And then you keep on messaging me. Not only are you messaging me, are you circumcised? This guy's actually added me to a group chat, called the group chat, are you circumcised? And then made everyone leave the group chat. So it's just me in there. Don't really see what your obsession is. But yeah, I think I've already answered it like multiple times. No, I'm not as well. I'm sure I have answered that before. Morning full stop, what you saying, bro? You don't think EU has given enough confirmation for sales? Not just should realistically be targeting the Asia low. That's the obvious SMT that we have here. I'll show you. You can see at 705, EU swept the Asia high, but you see 705 on GU was a lot lower. It was only here, so that's a nice SMT there. Basically, we need to wait for 10 more minutes, chap, and then we get on the lower time frame. I do think we need to come down to this order block first, but I want to see nice confirmation here. The momentum is bearish before I then nice big bearish candles, which we're waiting for. So we just got to be patient, and then we should be able to get an entry. As I said, my general entry will be something like this. That'll be what I'll be looking for. That'll be essentially what I'm looking for. Broski are lagging on my internet dog shit. What are you saying, Joe? Right, I think the lag's fixed, boys. Just reset. If you reset your YouTube, it should fix. Just reset your YouTube and it'll fix. The lag will go though, boys. The lag will go. Trust me. It's not my internet. It's just the fucking. It's just the streaming software. Yo, G, what's up? I'm late. Chilling, bro. Chilling, man. Looking for EU sales at the moment. Waiting for a retest on EU for sales. Yeah, me too, bro. See, this right here, this isn't enough confirmation for me to get in right away. You could enter straight away like that. But as I said, I want to see proper nice bearish momentum first and then get him. But we'll see how this market progresses anyway. We'll see how this market progresses. Still very early on in the day, boys, so there's definitely going to be trades here to be caught. All man saying EU sales, go apply for a job on Indeed. Okay, no, you're positive this morning, English Frank. You're not looking for longs after Asia low sweep. Yeah, bro, I'll be looking for longs off of this order block here. On the 30-minute, you can see we had this last sort of expansion candle that pushed down and then back up and then closed like this before we had the big push up. So this candle here is the one that I'm looking to be mitigated. And then go long. Go long, bro. You think we bearish? Overall bullish, bro, but I'm just looking for sells based on how I think that we're going to get there. Euro USD on the weekly, we've pretty much mitigated all the imbalance on the weekly time frame. My bias is bearish on EU. I'm on EU sells. I think we've got our biases in a different way, really. There. I mean, on the weekly, I'm not really taking the weekly massively into account. But regardless, it's still nice to have that similar bias. We are seeing CRT start to form as well with this 4-hour candle here. Obviously, the low is just the same as the Asia low, so I won't bother marking it on. But you can see that 4-hour candle sweep right there. Also see a 4-hour candle sweep here. If we check GU, we do actually have a similar thing. That has now been completed, as you can see. But it's nice that we can see these sweeps of the candle on the 4-hour. So if we go down now to the 15-minute, we can see what that actually looks like. See, the Asia session had a grab of this 4-hour high and then distributed downwards. We've now had a grab of this high. So really, again, we're expecting us to just basically do what we did here, which was a nice distribution downwards. This one was 22 pips. So I'm hoping this one can basically be similar. But yeah, boys, that's what I'm looking at currently. So I am bullish on the higher time frame, but on the lower time frame, I'm looking for sells. All right, nice. This is pretty much what we want. We want some nice momentum coming through. Want some nice momentum coming through. This is what we're wanting. Well, you in Koh Samui for a year? I weren't in Koh Samui for the whole year, but I was probably in Koh Samui maybe like 3-4 months out of the year. 4 months maybe. It's the best place in Thailand, boys, if you're actually trying to go there to work. Or like lock in with trading. Then Koh Samui is definitely the best place. Full stats. Only on the shorter time frame, bro. On the lower time frame, yes, I do think we're bearish, but on the higher, I definitely think we're bullish. Which pair is this? This is EU, bro. It does say at the top there. Put the watermark on as well. If I move you, man, over. See in the bottom right, boys, it does say what pair it is now. Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, boys. Everyone drop a like on the stream right now, man. Why is that? What's good about Koh Samui? It's just a lot quieter, bro. a lot quieter, a lot of nice restaurants. The weather's a lot better as well. Where it's an island, it's quite tropical, so you don't really get that much rain all year round. It doesn't really follow the seasons like a lot of the other places in Thailand do. It's basically nice all year round. Really nice apartments there. Like if you're one of them people like me, who like staying in nice villas, then yeah, they've got the best ones in Koh Samui. And that's it really, bro. It's just like the it's like the Marbella of Thailand, if that makes sense. But it may not be the best for parties and shit like that, but in terms of like where you want to go, if you've got a bit of dough and you just want to chill out, lock in with work, maybe go to a beach club here and there, or go to a nice restaurant, but you're focused on getting a nice villa and just locking in with work, then yeah, Koh Samui is definitely the place. Would you want EU to break the low for more confirmation before coming back to the DTO to get in? The main thing I want, bro, is just a fair value gap. So the same thing we did here, basically on the 1 minute, where we left this big gap here. I basically want one of these in the 5 minute. So it just shows fast distribution. It just shows that the sellers are actually kind of aggressive in this area. Whereas a break is all well and good. If we get a break of this low, it's all well and good. But it doesn't necessarily show me what I want to see. What I want to see is that sellers are actually aggressive in this area. And then we can take advantage of that. I don't want price to just slowly move. So I'm looking for some type of fair value gap to be made. But yeah. This taps, yeah. Yeah, it has tapped in, bro. It has tapped in, but it's not, well, I haven't set my limit yet. I'm waiting for a few more things before I set my limit. Would you rather sell EU or GU? It's kind of personal preference, bro, depending on what entries you kind of like taking. The difference with GU is, I'd say, GU's a lot weaker, right? So, GU's got more chance of actually moving down. But with that being said, as that is the case, it's kind of already taken the Asia low, which is one of our targets. You can see we've got the Asia low here after we swept the Asia high. So this is one of our targets to actually be taken, and that is still there on GU, on EU, whereas on GU, as you can see, it's already been taken. So I would actually really rather prefer EU in this scenario, despite the euro being a little bit stronger than the pound right now. If we look at EG, we can see that that the pound has sort of been pushed to the side and the euro has been a lot stronger. You can see, interestingly though, yesterday we got that big dump, which does show us in an overall kind of perspective the euro isn't really that strong. It just so happens that today we've been getting a few bullish movements from the euro. So I wouldn't really consider the euro to be a massively strong currency right now, or the GU to be massively weak. So really it is just a preference between the two. I mean, you definitely could enter right here. But it's just, I'm not going to do that. I want to see nice bearish confirmations first. After how many years of profitability did you go to Bali? I've not been to Bali, bro. I've never been to Bali. GU is higher in the range, bro. On what range, bro? What range do you mean? If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in the chat again. Displacement, my G. Yeah, that's basically what I want. GU has created a 5 minute FVG. Is anyone looking to get in on that? It's not really that clean though, bro, to be fair. That's mainly just one big candle. Again, with these fair value gaps, chat, bear in mind you ideally want 1, 2, 3 candles, with the middle one being the distribution one. Here you can see that's not really what we got. Here you've just got one big dump candle, and then the others are just bullish around it. So I would be a little bit hesitant to sell off that. I mean, again, if you're going rules based, you can. You just have to have a slightly tighter stop loss as well. So if you are trying to get in on that, I'd go something like that, or just live execute now. With your stop loss, what's wrong with this mouse, bro? And then your stop loss on the high, and your TP on this low down here. But in terms of a setup, I just think that EU looks a lot cleaner. And we can actually wait for that nice distribution away. This isn't really a clear fair value gap that I'd actually consider. I mean, it's easy, obviously, it's easy to say now because we've closed past it. But can you see how it's one that basically these 3 candles, it's not like 1, 2, 3 distribution and then return. It's literally just like a big up candle, a big down candle. So this is what my mouse is doing right now. It's just unclicking. Big up candle, big down candle, and then like an indecision candle. It's not really great for a fair value gap. So that's why I'm really preferring EU. Alright, let's wait for it to play out how we want. Again, chat, there is a chance that we just don't at all respect this bullish order block and we do just continue higher. There is a big chance that happens. Hence why I'm looking for that clear confirmation first. And we are getting... this 15-minute fair value gap fill. So we may potentially be trading higher from here. We may be just pushing into this order block. Let's see. Let's see what happens, boys. Either way, it's going to be an interesting session to see play out. If we have a quick look at the news today, you can see... Let me actually get rid of the orange folder. You can see for news, we actually have nothing really for the entire rest of the week. The only thing we really have is pound news at 7 AM on Thursday. So nothing really too crazy in terms of news. So we should really be good to catch a nice clean market, boys. Everyone, boys, double tap the screen if you haven't already. If you're watching this live for the first time, we trade the London session. I've been a full-time trader for about 3 or 4 years now. And the main trading strategy that I use is the ALG reversal strategy and the DTO continuation strategy. And I trade these strategies exclusively in the London session, where I also stream it at 8 AM through to 12 AM or through to 12. I think it's 12 PM. That's never made sense to me how that works as well, chat. Like someone back me up here. Doesn't it go like 10 AM, 11 AM, 12 PM? Like, bruv, how does that make sense? GJ dump him. I'll check GJ in a sec, brother. 2 secs. Let me see. Looks good. Boys, if I missed any comments, just spam me in the chat again. I don't want to get too backlogged on comments. What's your bias today? Bullish, bro, for EU, but I want us to come down first to this order block before getting buyers. So at the moment, I'll be potentially looking for sells down to that order block. Then later in the day, buyers higher. Obviously, as I said, I only trade the London session. So what I'll be looking for is mainly sells down to this order block. Looks good, bro. I have the same order block on EU. Thought we wanted to come down a bit more. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. I spoke too soon. Wait, what do you mean, Cole? What did you say? I think GU is giving the setup. Yeah, bro. GU is giving more of a setup. It's just a little bit weaker right now. I see the higher time frame retracement. We have got failure to swing to take out on the way back up too. Yeah, exactly, bro. We've got a lot of equal highs. What is really nice is these 4-hour sweeps that we're getting, where price is sweeping the high, distributing, sweeping the high, distributing. We can basically see where the manipulation is coming from, and it's obviously stopping out these traders and then getting downwards distribution. So that does kind of tell me that bears are in control of the market, sellers are in control of this market right now. Sorry, are you in? I'm not in this one yet, bro. Don't know if I should choose AUD USD was good or if I should take EU. I always stick to EU, bro. It's just a lot easier. What are you saying, Statch? How you doing, bro? I'm in short on AUD after London high. I'll check AUD USD. Then I'm going to check JPY pairs, boys, because I know some people said GJ's dumping. Obviously, it's an extremely bullish trend right now. AUD must be very strong right now because obviously this is against the dollar and it's looking a lot stronger than all of the other dollar pairs. Bear in mind on the dollar we do want a bit of a retracement though, so we have just swept the Asia high. You got to think, where is price going to be attracted to? I would say this order block here, most likely on the 30-minute would be a decent point to enter. Main reason being we've got a decent amount of liquidity below, and just looking at how it aligns with our other USD pairs. Bear in mind on EU GU we want price to come down and then go up. EU price come down then go up. So on this, we want price to go down and then go up. Obviously on EU GU, we want price to come below the Asia range. So we want it to come like this and then go higher. But as we can clearly see, AUD is a very strong currency right now. Very, very strong currency. So I'm not expecting as heavy of a retracement. So if you are looking to buy, I do think you can get in it on a pretty much smaller retracement. Maybe some people are looking for sells. I would hold off on sells just purely based on the overall trend. If you look at the 1 hour, just purely how strong this currency is. Yeah, it's very, very strong. It's very, very strong right now. If you look at the likes of, it's always good if you're trading AUD to compare it to NZD. Because that's almost like looking at the euro against the pound. They're two kind of very similar economies. And you can see even this is very bearish. So we know that the AUD is very strong right now. So obviously only look for buyers on AUD USD, but just be careful about where you're timing that. Okay, what we can actually see now is if we get an inversion of this fair value gap here. Oh man, I hate that when you can't sneeze. Right, we've got this fair value gap made here. So yeah, we want to see if we can invert that. That again will show that the bears are more in control of this market. I really do like these 4 hour sweeps that we're getting though. That's one of my main confirmations that we are looking bearish. Especially as that is on the 4 hour, boys. So remember, if it's happening on the 4 hour, it's really unlikely to be manipulation. Whereas on this, for example, if we see price shoot up like this, this fair value gap could easily be disrespected and we just move down. Right, we can easily disrespect shit on like the 5 minute, 15 minute, but these 4 hour candle formations, sweep and then move down, you can't really fake that. It can't be manipulation. But yeah, that's what I'm really looking for. And as I said, I'm waiting to see if price can tap into this order block first. Just this little one on the 15 minute, just to give it a reason to actually move down. There needs to always really be a catalyst for the trade itself. As I said, chat, we are in an overall bullish market, so we could just simply move up from here and just continue higher. But that's up to us to try and avoid, obviously, getting stopped out from doing that. We have obviously taken the Asia low, so maybe some people are looking at ALG trades, but yeah, I'll just be a little bit hesitant, man. I'll be a little bit hesitant looking for ALGs. Mainly be looking for sells on EU. So yeah, I'm looking for inversion, return, distribution. So that's really what I'm looking at, chat. What we say on TikTok, what we say on Tiki, 5 minute FEG made. AUD NZD is similar to GBP, Euro GBP. Thank you. Just only in terms of how we sort of use them. We use them to sort of look at what currency is stronger. AM means before midday, so 12 midnight is before midday. Therefore, time from midnight to midday is before midnight to okay. I know that. Yeah, I know it does make sense, like in theory, but the way you actually say it, it just bare doesn't. Feel like. Hi, bro. I wanted to ask, when you see EU and GU moving differently, so for example, GU looks bearish and EU looks like it can be bullish without mitigating the 30-minute demand. How do you interpret this? Wanted to ask if they're moving differently. Well, the way I'd look at it, bro, is first things first. You want to check EG, and EG is normally going to tell you overall what's sort of going on. So if you look at EG this morning, you can see we've had a pretty strong bullish movement so far. And how EG works is obviously if EG moves up, it shows that the euro is stronger than the pound. And if the pound, and then if we're moving down, it will show that the pound is stronger than the euro. Obviously, we're moving up, which shows that the euro is stronger. Now, what I would then do is look at obviously how we are on EU-GU, but then check DXY, and you want to go with whatever one really aligns with the DXY the most, because the DXY is the main driver. Yes, it matters how strong the euro and the pound is, but at the end of the day, The euro could be really, really, really strong. It could be very, very strong. But if the dollar moves up like this, then regardless of how strong the euro is, it's still going to move down because the dollar is a dominant pair. So there's two pairs there's two currencies I'd consider dominant in the market, and that is the US dollar and the Japanese yen. And the reason I say they're dominant is because if we look at the dollar, whatever the dollar does, dollar pairs will follow. So EU, GU, and similar pairs, AUD, NZD, USD, all the dollar pairs will just basically mimic what the dollar's doing. And that's the same with the yen basket. If whatever the yen basket's doing, so you can see here, for example, we've had this mad bullish spike. So now if we look at GJ, we've had this mad bearish spike. So it doesn't really matter how weak or how strong either currency is when you're talking about the dollar and when you're talking about the yen, because they will dominate the price action. See this euro, yeah, this euro. Let me get rid of this old trade. This was the long that we was looking at yesterday. We didn't get that in the end. I was looking for that in the London session. Tapped in the end at 3, which is way outside my trading times. We just broke through this order block as well. Let's see if we retest this. Let's also see if that is anything news related as well. The lower time frame buy on GJ yesterday hit TP, boys. So I'm still hunting on G. Mate, that was a fucking beautiful trade as well. I didn't execute on that, but if you was in there live yesterday, you would have seen that. But yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. DXY is moving down right now. Let's check the 4 hour of the DXY. Give me 2 secs, boys, and I'll reply to these comments. Let's see how DXY is actually moving. The only real sweep that I'm seeing is of this candle here. Not really moving as nicely on the higher time frame as EUGU. It's looking a little bit like it wants to go lower. Wait, does your Asia session end on the indicator? Yeah, bro. Oh, when? 7 AM, bro. Cool, you didn't enter Euro chart merchant. Frank, don't mean to alarm you, pal, but it's now going on 35 minutes that you've actually been in this live, hating from the very first minute. I've been fun. I couldn't think of really anything worse than actually standing in someone's live who I don't like at fucking 9 AM in the morning. Surely it's doing your head in and you'd rather just leave. I'm an absolute weirdo. I'm glad I found you. Your lives have been helpful switching to London session. I watch your live and backtest and trying to apply your concepts. W lives. A lot of helpful information. Appreciate you, Casual. Big up to you, my boy. Big up to you, brother. Yeah, big up to you, Casual. Appreciate that, bro. Value area low respected. I think to US Open, we may slowly go up to the previous value area high. Yeah, as we said, we are in a bullish trend overall. So we may just want to completely disregard this order block and move higher. Hence why I'm saying in order to get into these sells, I do need clear bearish momentum to step in. And then I'll just look for a continuation of that. If that doesn't happen, then that's not a problem. We're just going to switch our attention to other things. I mean, let's just be honest. At this point, the DXY is very bearish off of this. So let's try and look at alternative ways for the market to play out. Because I don't think this order block's going to tap in at this point. May just want to react off this order block from London session. And then just purely just distribute to that low. It looks like we may just get that clear move there. So maybe we should just look for buyers right now. If I show you. We're getting a lot of SMT on EUGU, so it is really hard to sort of read right now. We're getting, as you can see, the Asia low has not been swept, but the Asia high has, and then GU is literally the complete opposite. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Let me just dot these out. Yeah, whereas GU, as you can see, hasn't swept the Asia high, but it has swept the Asia low. So we're getting blatant SMT there. Yeah, I wouldn't really be looking for sales anymore, boys. I think the market showed us with that that volume there that we do intend to go higher. If we look at the DXY, for me, it just looks like we're selling off of the DTO. So again, I just want to catch a retracement and then a continuation of that move. If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in the chat again, man. Looks like pure chop. It does look very choppy. But if we look at the DXY, it does kind of give a bit of a clear picture. A bit more of a clear picture as to what's going on. We're clearly just reacting off of the DTO there. So yeah, I'd really just look for a continuation of that move at this point. The ALG. This will be more what I'm looking for now, boys. I think the market's just showed to us via the DXY that we don't really want to distribute any higher. You can see we're just getting that clear rejection of the DTO. We rejected off it literally about fucking 10 times. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles that distributed away from it. So I do at this point just want the DXY to retrace up to discount at this range and then just get that sell off. Again, if we're looking at EG, we can see overall the euro is a little bit stronger. So if you did want to go for one of the two, then EU's got more chance of hitting. But alternatively, EU's already swept the Asia high, whereas GU's still got the Asia high to trade into. You gotta feel sorry for these guys. Go improve your own life rather than trying to drag others down. It's much more enjoyable, I promise. Bro, don't even improve your life, bro. Go like fucking do something fun. Bro, if you're gonna sit on YouTube, like fair enough that everyone in this live sitting on YouTube to actually get something beneficial. People are either trying to learn or trying to earn a bit of dough, or some people just here for a bit of company while they're trading in their ear. Or some people are at their work right now with their headphones in, trying to listen, just trying to lock in a little bit. But if you're going to sit on YouTube purely just to piss around, why don't you just watch something you actually like watching? I mean, yeah, you could do something to improve your own life, but At this point, just do something you actually enjoy, bro. Like, it's a hard one this morning. I can see reason to push lower, but push up. But DXY seems to be reacting. Yeah, trust me. I used CRT to enter EU this morning on the 4 hour. Nice, bro. Have you closed out yet, or are you still in? Or are you still... Maybe you just got your EU bias wrong and it's bias from below the DTO. Wait, what? Maybe you just got your EU bias wrong and it's bias from below the DTO. Don't really know what you mean, bro. Don't really know what you mean, to be honest, but I hear ya. I've been working with them for 4 years, brother, and the concepts they teach change your life. You'll never believe me because you are bull negative, but I hope one day it clicks. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Stu's absolutely cooked from the concepts. I was biased DTO EU, fair play. I mean, yeah, at the start of the session, really I was looking at sells down to this order block. But the DXY has just proved to us that this order block doesn't want to get hit. So rather than looking for buyers from that order block, we're just more looking for buyers right now. It looks like GJ's heading to our yesterday's entry. Lou, check Joe 30, I'm off in DTO, fair play. GJ's heading for yesterday's entry. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to get in on that after that mad dump. I'm going to check the news in a sec, boys, but that looks very unnatural. That's probably some type of news has come out of Japan, so I will look at that in just a sec. Enter long, bright, I'm doom scrolling. Give A plus trade. Fucking hell, you lot ain't. Give A plus trade, enter long. Oh, Jesus Christ. I ain't trading these pants markets, fair play. Josh is the Richesse security team, yeah, 100%. Sitting on my hands. I like watching this, bro. You man are funny. Okay. Don't be forcing trades, girlies. Yeah, trust me. Can I take this trade with 10% risk? I wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't. 10% risk is a lot anyway. Even on obviously on a personal account, 10% still a lot. If you are going to take a trade, bro, regardless, I would risk a little bit less. Snusser jabbing a Celsius is all you need to cause chaos. No glad I'm looking at EU buyers around discounted Asia low range. Yeah, it's just if DXY can actually get down there. The DXY seems pretty bearish right now. What concepts, Lou? Who's he talking about? Well, Stu's talking about us, bro. EU 15-minute time frame expecting change in state of delivery. What, to the upside or? Bro, price is just ranging. There's still sell opportunity. I don't know, bro. Looking at the DXY now, that reaction off the DTO is pretty clear to me. We did come slightly below where we came previously, but yeah, for me it just looks like, especially given the overall downtrend, when you're in a big downtrend like this and you're getting clear rejections off the DTO, you don't really want to assume that it's lying. You just want to assume that, all right, cool, price is going to be bearish. We want to just catch a continuation. If we distribute, that's why I was waiting for clear distribution like higher to then confirm that we wanted a big retracement, but obviously that didn't happen. So we can only really react to what the market's telling us rather than trying to overly predict what's going on. Can I enter long on EU? If you want, bro. If you want, brother. Check chart, check. No worries, I'll check that in a sec. Check GJ. A lot of people was telling me to check GJ. Let's check GJ real quick. Again, I would still be looking for a similar point on GJ for buyers, but we want to really see what that news is, I'll be honest, before we actually think about buying. Let me move this DTO as well. Let me quickly check the news, see if there's anything coming out of Japan right now or in the last sort of hour or so. It's ranging, man. It does look like a ranging market right now. I mean, to be fair, the reason why GU does look very ranging is because the dollar is weak, but the pound's also weak. So as you can see, if we go on Euro GBP, this moving up shows you that the pound's weak, the euro's strong, the pound's kind of weak. So euro seems a lot cleaner to the upside because we're getting an actual genuine move. Whereas DXY being very weak, pound being very weak means that we got essentially two weak currencies fighting against each other. Hence why we're just moving up, down, up, down. So I'd really rather trust in EU for this one. Let me check the news, boys, see if there's anything out of Japan right now. Not executed on either of these. I'm a little bit indecisive, boys, I'll be so honest. Geopolitical cooking. I'm a little bit indecisive here. I don't like the way this market's ranging. Also, I don't like the way I had a bearish bias and now I've got a bullish bias. I never really changed my bias like that, which just shows that this market's not really convincing me either way. Chart checks. I'll check chart check in a sec, bro. Let me check that now, actually. Right, let's see what some people are getting into on the chart check. Right, Josh is getting in EU. EU. Oh, EU, you are getting in EU sales, right? What are you getting in? Fair play. Trade enter if you want to, bro. It's up to you. Massively up to you. What can we enter? Bro, boys, I'll be real. If you're looking on this to try and get free trades, like, I'm never going to tell you to enter a trade or not enter a trade. It's completely up to you if you want to get in or if you don't. If you want to ask me how confident I am in it or something like that, then ask me something like that. But if you're asking me, should I get in? I'm never just going to say, yeah, go on. Buy/sell. I'll be more looking at buys, bro. Bearish cause profit taking. What do you mean digital? Not really too sure. I'm with you on that. Not sure I'm with you. If I missed any comments, boys, put them in the chat again, man. So you can see DXY wicked into that 50% now. See the reaction we get from this order block. See how we move from this order block, boys. We'll wait for this 5-minute candle to close. See if we close with a nice big wick to the up, so that'll be nice. Let's wait. We've got 20 seconds left of this candle close. We already pumped, so we could small pull back. Yeah, bro. Defo. Why maximum trader trade gold, not currency? What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean FX? Why do a lot of people trade gold? Main reason people trade gold is because it moves the most. You can make the most money on like a small personal account. But that's normally the trap that traders fall into. Is they think just because it's the most volatile, it means it's the best to trade, which isn't really the case, as we know. Okay, mate, I'm not going to lie. Holy... Bro, I need to be patched. I actually need to patch me for real. On gold, they need to fucking patch me, bro. Said buyers off of this order block here to this external high. And we've just got buyers from that order block up to that external high. There's like a 4-hour chart as well. So there's so many buyers all the way up that you could have probably caught. Nice buy there that we got yesterday. We are getting big rejection on gold. Let's see how we play out. As I said, chat, I'm not in anything just yet. Still not really convinced on either way. But yeah. Very choppy right now. Pushing up higher. Right, we are in the discount now, we know that much. Okay, now let's see how we move off this fair value gap. Who's in right now, chat? Let me know in the comments. Who's in trades right now? Bro needs to be nerfed on gold. Mate, I actually do need to be fucking nerfed. Don't worry, I probably will be. Probably will be nerfed on gold. Where are you from, dude? I'm from London, bro. Or near enough London. Today looks like you will likely sell rather than buy. What makes you say that, bro? We are very much chopping right now. Let me check the news, boys, because I can imagine that something must be anticipated. Alright, let's see. Let's go through the news, boys. Senior IDF officials are pushing to expand the ground operation deeper into southern Lebanon, beyond the current 2nd and 3rd village lines, aiming to reduce threats to northern communities. IDF data shows 70 to 80% of Hezbollah fire comes from north of Litani. However, the decision of the matter has not yet been made by the political echelon. Okay. UK Treasury Minister will not join the US blockade on Iranian ports, as we do not believe it is the right approach. I'm gonna lie, why has the UK actually done something good right recently? If you take any trader, I will also take with you. Fair play, FX, bro. Fair play, brother. I'm in long. Fair play, bro. From where will gold is now ready, do you think it will go? I think we'll be short for a bit, bro. I don't like gold. Easy to make a lot of money, also easy to lose. I lose some challenges. For some reason, the jeje makes me laugh. I know that's just haha in your language, but that's jokes. No, it's facts though. It is facts. Gold you can do really well, but you can also blow your account so fast. So be quick. Chop suey, Louis, lol. Glad you found that funny, Cam. I'm in long. Fair play. What you in long on? EU or GU, bro? Good thing about trading the sessions though, boys, if we was just seeing this pure price action here, a lot of people would see this as just pure consolidation. But when you turn on the sessions, you can see the actual story playing out. You can see as soon as the Asia started, we did have actual decent rally. Let's wait for the close of this 5 minute as well. There is a kid in Newcastle, not near me, but kind of near me, called Chop Suey. I don't know whether to target Friday high or hold for higher on Geopolitical. What do you think? Let's have a look at Geopolitical. I'll be honest, bro, there's loads of rejections along this level, so I'd really just aim for the Friday higher. There's loads of rejections here. So I'll just aim for the high. I wouldn't trust the distribution higher. You can see we're getting a lot of resistance off of this level here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections already. So price may break through, but I think it's just safest for you to just aim for here. Right, let's see how we go. Yeah, GU you can see it's just very weak. Let's see, man. Let's see. What do you think of GJ shorts off the 15-minute order block? Yeah, it looks nice, bro, but I don't think we're actually going to come all the way up there. I would overall be bullish on this. I do think we're going to have a bearish phase, but overall I think we're going to be bullish. Main reason is if you look at the yen basket, you can see the overall trend is clearly bearish. Clearly in a bearish trend on pretty much every single time frame. So really we should expect price to return to that trend, which is sells. So I think if you're looking to get into anything, it should be only a small little trade. Maybe a small little trade higher before then just returning to those sells. So obviously that's the opposite on GJ, which would mean you're looking for buyers on GJ, maybe a small little sell and then buyers. I don't think we're really going to come up all the way up to here on the 15-minute order block. Don't think we're going to come all the way up to the 15-minute order block and then get sells. I think it's more likely we push down from here and then we get buyers and return to the trend. We always want to go with a trend if possible, especially on the yen basket. Especially on the yen basket. Pretty decent rejection candle. Let's see if this can close actually well. Can we enter now? Yeah, bro. You can enter. You can enter whenever you want, brother. But that's what I'll be looking at, Timo. If I missed any comments, boys, just let me know in the comments. ChatGPT. ChatGPT leans towards sells over buyers on EU. That probably means we're going to get buyers then. I'm not going to lie. ChatGPT is just not going to be able to call the market. Should I ask it now? Let me just ask it now. Fuck it, we might as well. Let's get ChatGPT to trade for us. We should really have an account where we just try and purely... Okay. Where we purely just try and pass using ChatGPT. Should I hold EU buyers or sells over the next 1 hour? Give answer. Hate it when it's like, oh, we can't answer that. Right, let's see what it thinks, boys. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks if we should buy or sell. I'm checking the current Euro USD setup and the most relevant market moving factors for the next hour. Buyers, it said. If by EU you mean Euro USD, my current 1 hour lean is slightly bullish Euro USD because the dollar is near 6-week lows. Reuters shows EU around 1.788 today. It basically is. And the current macro tone is mildly dollar negative on improved risk sentiment. This is not a high conviction signal. For the next hour, I would treat it as buy dips, avoid chasing because ECB rate expectations are still mixed headlines around it. So this is the thing, it talks about fundamentals. Like, I'm holding a trade for the next hour and you're telling me about the fucking European Central Bank. Who, bear in mind, aren't making a decision on anything for at least 1 more week or a week and a day. If you will use ChatGPT, give them at least a screenshot of the charts. Alright, cool. Let me show him. Right, we've given him a screenshot of the chart. Let's see what he says. As I said, chat, I'm not in this one. I'm not really feeling very convinced at this market at the moment. I'd really rather just protect my capital right now until the market really shows us something. Bro, Mabeen, can you stop spamming enter long? Bro, if you want to enter longs, then enter long. I've answered you 10 times. I said, if you want. If you want to enter longs, bro. You can spam it as many times as you want. You're going to get the same answer every single time. If this long is shown on the right, I'd say about a 54% chance to win. Reason, price is holding above the local higher low area, but it's still trading into nearby resistance. Key level below 17825, odd drops fast. Fair enough, ChatGPT. Don't know, yeah, it's a very consolidatory market right now. Very much consolidating. Just chopping up, chopping down. Can we enter now? Fuck. Yeah, very choppy, boys. Very, very choppy in this market. You would just trust the market to trend down along with the overall trend, but kind of enter long and short. You know what? That's a great idea. What's your thoughts on EU? Just very choppy at the moment, bro. Very, very, very choppy. Wouldn't even be looking to enter anything right now, to be fair. It's just like insanely choppy. If you look at the 1 minute, there's been no clear moves just yet. Whatever move happens to the upside, we straight away come down. And that doesn't matter what sort of perspective you look at it on. Literally whatever move happens is instantly just rejected. This move down, instantly rejected. So this move here is probably going to be rejected as well. We're just rejecting any type of movement we have is just being instantly rejected. Instantly. Is it true whenever oil is selling, gold will buy, and whenever gold is buying, AUD will also? And what will happen next? Euro AUD and GBP AUD. That is generally right. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen every time, but that is generally a rule, yeah. You lot SCF can enter whenever you want. Be your own trader, he ain't your daddy. To be fair, I think a lot of people are just trolling Firefox. I think they're only joking. However, I'm in EU shorts. Fair play. A market has never needed a Trump tweet like it does now. Yeah, trust me, bro. Trust me. Trust me. I was looking at sells earlier, but we just didn't get any, didn't really get any confirmation for sells at all. I do think overall the market should just continue down from here. Although, as I said, it's not massively clear. We're getting big old rejection from this area here. I'm in EU shorts as well. Fair play. Yeah, a lot of people are in EU shorts by the looks of things. I was more looking at EU longs, to be honest. But, I mean, I'll be real. Neither of them look that great. We are retesting the DTO now, which would be a much better entry. Iran is not seeking war on instability and has always emphasised dialogue and constructive engagement with other countries. I mean, that's just a lie. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said on Wednesday that Tehran supports constructive dialogue with the US but would not be forced into submission. Mate, this war's going to last for ages, boys. This war's actually going to last for years. Waiting on GU longs, fair play. Can futures strats work Forex? They can, bro, but they do move quite a lot differently. Did Shabin Alahi confirm this? Who? I don't even know who that is, bro, I'll be honest. Defense companies are seeking assistance from the European Investment Bank to transition to renewable energy sources. China Forex regulator. China Forex market generally stable. UK plans to provide a minimum of 120,000 drones to Ukraine this year. Bro, good as well. I'd much rather support Ukraine than support America and Iran. America don't even need our help either. All they bang on about is how they can always do it on their own, and they don't need the help of the EU. They don't need NATO. They don't need anyone. Well, you've made your bed. Time to lie in it, Mr. Donald, Mr. Trump. You've basically slated every single person in Europe. So believe it or not, mate, we actually don't want to spend billions and billions and billions to fight your war for Israel. Don't really want to do that. EU market structure is bearish. Fair play. I think the overall trend is a lot more bearish on the DXY, so we should really just trade to the upside. What I was looking at initially this morning, I wanted to see distribution away from the DTO so we could buy up to this order block to then drop down. So my main bias this morning on this was buyers. But then as the market reacted from the DTO, it told us more that it was looking more bearish. So yeah, now we're really just mainly considering sells. We've got 7 minutes left of this 15-minute close. We'll see if we can have a nice bearish close. But yeah, it's not really a hell of a lot going on right now. It's just price sort of chopping up and down. So I'd sort of hold off entering any trades if you haven't yet entered anything. Yeah, I don't know who that Shabalani guy is you said. Do you have a girlfriend? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't. I think it's hard to find a girlfriend in 2026 that's actually not just got a completely washed mindset. Just huge ranges, which is annoying. NATO been creeping up on Russia. Putin's just playing centre back. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know about centre back. They've literally gone into another country, bro. There's a lot of Russia cucks recently. A lot of Russia cucks. It's actually kind of weird. I do get what people are saying. Like, NATO did prod the bear, prod the bear, prod the bear, prod the bear. But at the end of the day, they did it by the letter of the law. They did it by law. You're allowed to do that. They had a democratic system. Russia have just gone in and just invaded. And by the way, it's gone terribly from all you Russia stands, people that love Russia so much and you think they're amazing, haven't got on very well in Ukraine, have they? You lot always want to talk about a pointless war. Well, that's a fucking pointless war. Whenever anything happens over here, it's, oh, why are we sending our troops to a pointless war? Why are we sending them to Iran? Why are we sending them to Iraq? Why are we sending them to Afghanistan? But when Russia send fucking 1,000 men a day to die fighting a country literally next door to them that doesn't improve their country at all if they own it, everyone's like, yeah. Russia's propaganda machine is way bigger than people think. 100%, bro. I mean, I do see what people are getting at. Like, NATO did prod the bear, but as I said, they did it in a legal way. It was legal what they did. Russia have just gone into a country, tried to invade it, massively fucked it up, and now they're losing thousands and thousands and thousands of troops. Thousands of troops. They've absolutely decimated their country for no reason. Just because they wanted to take over Ukraine. Think of how many... Let's actually have a look at the numbers real quick. I'll ask ChatGPT. Let's have a look. To be fair, it is NATO's fault. What would the UK do if Russia broke a deal? If Russia broke a deal that was made. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are. Thing is with people, right? People love two things. Number one, they love an underdog, and number two, they hate the establishment. So supporting Russia is both of those things. People see Russia as an underdog against sort of NATO, and they also see the UK as like. Alright. About 275,000 to 325,000 military deaths since the full-scale invasion. Right, we're getting a little bit of movement now. Getting a little bit of movement. Right, the pound is starting to have bearishness kick back in, boys. If we remember, as we were saying, yesterday we saw a really weak pound. Sorry, a really strong pound against the euro. So this is EG, by the way, boys. So if this moves down, it means the pound's stronger. If it moves up, it means the euro's stronger. See, we've got this big old sell-off with pretty high momentum. This morning, the euro had a bit of a recovery, but now it's looking like we're getting a return to that overall trend, which is just bearish. As you can see, it's been pretty much an ongoing trend. You can see from that big old candle. Okay, that's what sellers really wanted. Alright, we've got 2 minutes left to the close of this 15-minute candle. If we can close anything like that, that would be really nice. See, EU's back in, GU's back in. Bruv, I've had a strong coffee. Bruv, I've had some strong coffee, my brother made. Now I feel so sick. Bro, you need to grow up. Holy shit. How's a strong coffee making you feel sick? Bro, it's probably because you have milk in it, bro. I get that some. They don't feel sick, but like if you have coffee with milk in it, it makes you. It ain't a good combination. Caffeine and milk. We've allowed every country on their border to join NATO when we agreed there would be none. Yeah, but who's we? Who's we agreed? Like what? Who are England to decide if a country wants to join or not? Who are Russia to decide? If a country on Russia's border wants to join NATO, I'm sorry, mate, they should be allowed to join NATO. Who are we or Russia to dictate their country? It's their country. Let them do what they want. No one can tell. It's like saying, fucking, someone told us we have to not join the EU. Well, if we want to join the EU, let us fucking join it. It's our country. It's our choice. Same with Ukraine. If they want to join NATO, it's their choice. Let them do it. You can't say, oh, we've allowed it to, or Russia. Like, do you know what I'm saying? What do you mean we allowed it? Who are we? We're not the world police. We're not the police of the entire world to say, oh, you can join this, you can't join this, you can do this, you can't do this. Like, it's bullshit. If a country wants to join, let them join, bro. It's their country. Like, imagine how jarring that would be. Imagine living in England, yeah, and America gets to decide if we're allowed to join NATO, or if we're allowed to join the EU, or if we have to have the pound or swap to a different currency. Like, it's just not how the world should work. If a country wants something unanimously, or not unanimously, but by a majority, then it should be the case. Let's see what Cam said here. Alright, it's a pretty decent 15-minute close. Not the best, but it is a decent rejection. So hopefully this can come through, and we can start pushing down nicely. You drag these across, 90. Nice. We're running quite nicely on these at the moment, boys. Just need the dollar to just keep moving with that trend, really. Why is Russia not a part of NATO? Well, they just see it as like a forfeit in security. I think that's Putin's whole thing, is that they basically want to basically maintain the sovereignty of Russia, the complete and utter sovereignty, so that they haven't got to rely on any other country. At the end of the day, any country that tries to do that, it just doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, boys. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at North Korea. You try to be self-sufficient, it just doesn't work. Same with Russia. You try to just be purely yourself, it doesn't work. America are the only country that can do that, which is something they've done amazingly well. No other country could do that. We can't do that. We couldn't fuck everyone off. We'd be cooked, bro. Imagine England fucked off all our allies, bro. We'd be fucked. Nice. Fucking hell, is that a Trump tweet? Holy shit. Well, there we go. Well, you just knew that was going to happen. What is that? I'm still waiting for the news on what this is. Still waiting for news on what this is. I can't see yet. Well, these are UGU trades absolutely cooked. Holy shit, boys. This fucking market is ridiculous, boys. Well, that's them longs out the window. Fuck me. I was actually getting a little bit of FOMO for about 2 seconds that I didn't get in that, and then... Fucking hell. Fucking hell, man. Well, again, time for us to actually re-look at what we was looking at again. Sick. Alright. Mate, this market, honestly, honest to fucking God. What was the news as well? There was no news. I'm waiting for something to come out. Haha, I love when people on the wrong side of the market say manipulation. If you won, you wouldn't say that. I mean, it's kind of a bullshit point, bro. I mean, look at that. Get every other candle, bro. Get every single other candle. Every candle. All pretty normal, right? Look at every candle. Every candle. Pretty normal, right? Everything looks pretty normal so far, right? Wait for it, wait for it. I mean, it is pure and utter manipulation. Well, I just got fucked. These markets are done today. Yeah, man, this is fucked. This is absolutely fucked. I'm trying to see what news this is, but yeah, this is just looking like... Okay, here we go. Okay, well, this is the news, boys. Look, I think we're going to get some nice buys. I don't know, mate. US deploys thousands more troops to the Middle East as Trump aims to put pressure on Iran. Fuck me, bro. Trump's deployed thousands of troops to Iran. Fucking hell. I told you, Trump. Paney got out of his bed. Oh my days, bro. That's actually ridiculous. I mean, GU's pure and utter chop. Boys, I don't even know what to say in this market right now. Let me read these comments. I think I missed the comments. America first means Greater America, a self-sufficient fortress from Greenland, Canada to Venezuela is the new vision. Europe's new dependency on future US oil will achieve this. Iran is a means to an end. They will have to concede Greenland. Any open positions? Nah, bro, I haven't had anything today. I was looking at longs, then I was looking at shorts. Didn't execute on anything because my bias was kind of flipping both times. So, yeah, I didn't end up getting in anything today. And thank fuck I didn't, because Jesus Christ, it was actually looking alright. And then... yeah, but the use would not let that fly either with Russia and Cuba or any other country near US border. Yeah, because no other country wants... Sebo, you're missing the point, brother. Because no other country wants to be allied with Russia. That's the reason it wouldn't happen. No one wants to be allied with Russia. We've never said to someone you can't be allied with Russia. It's a shit alliance to have. They've got fuck all... They've got no money. They've got no money and they're shit scared of America. So, no one wants to. You'd never get Ireland or Scotland or France or someone on our border say, yeah, I want to ally with Russia. It wouldn't happen. No one wants to. It's a free world. It's a free market. You can be allied to whoever you want to ally to. Just so happens we've got a pretty powerful alliance, so people want to join us. It's like saying, oh yeah, but you wouldn't let Bukayo Saka go to Tottenham. Because he doesn't want to go to Tottenham, so obviously not. Like, they were told not to keep pushing the boundaries of the agreement. Putin warned them in 2013. NATO kept going against his agreement. Again, I feel like us lot just have different opinions on how the world works. You guys clearly don't believe in democracy, really, which is a little bit concerning. It's the thing, man. It's concerning what the internet can do to people, boys. You read enough of Twitter, you read enough Instagram, TikTok, you read enough propaganda or whatever, and you start just basically not believing in democracy at all. Like they wanted to join NATO, so let them join. You guys seem to think that, oh no, Russia has the power to say they shouldn't. I don't care if it's Russia or if it's England or if it's fucking Spain or if it's North Korea or if it's Antarctica. Democracy is democracy. If a country wants to do something, let them do it. It's their own choice. NATO is finished and are irrelevance now. What makes you say that, bro? Cuba is next to achieve Greater America, then the Iron Dome will be secure. If we, the Baltic states, never join NATO, Russia would have attacked us already. Even now, their news are saying BS like the Baltic people want to be under Russia. Exactly what I'm saying, boys. Look, we speak to someone in the chat who's actually from that region. And there you go. Where would you put that SL if GJ comes up to the 15 min? If you are selling from that, I'd have my stop loss on the Asia high, bro. Yeah, you really have to have your stop loss on here, which is a risky stop loss placement. It's the Friday high and the Asia high. Equal highs and 2 time-based liquidity points. So you really do need to be confident in that bearish bias if you're getting in. But there's nowhere really else to put your stop loss, so you sort of have to just firm that. Holy Trump, damn. This market is cooked. Oh my god, selling to you. Oh wow, close, SL, close. What the helly? Any ideas what that was? Oh yeah, well it was Trump putting troops on the ground, bro. So much manipulation. These markets are done, trust me. DXY is moving well today. I love it so much. Where do you watch news? Just on Twitter, bro. My EU sell running nicely. Fair play, bro. Fucking hell. GJ, EJ, LG look good. What buyers, bro, Jay, are you looking at, or sells? My EU sells running nicely. You switched to bias, man. Biggest mistake. The first thing is the greatest one. I'll be real, bro. I didn't take any trades, and I wouldn't have anyway. The market wasn't giving me enough for me to go long. As I said, what I wanted was a distribution away and then price to return and then move higher. Again, boys, a lot of people kind of stressing in the chat. I'm absolutely fine. There's a reason why I didn't enter today. I didn't get what I wanted here. I was originally looking at buyers, but I wanted a distribution away first so I can get on the retap. That didn't happen, and instead price rejected downwards. When it rejected downwards, we was potentially looking at sells. But as I said, I didn't execute on them because I wasn't really confident. You can't really switch from having a bullish bias to then have a bearish bias and then be that confirmed on either of them. So therefore, I thought it was best to kind of stay out. This is what I would have needed to get in buyers initially. If this happened back here, then I would have gotten buyers when we retapped in. I wanted a bit of momentum to actually push us higher, like that. But obviously that didn't happen. So nothing really wrong, boys. Again, it's just about discipline. You haven't got to trade every single day. I've only had one trade so far this week, so there's no need to trade every single day, boys. Let's leave out these old POIs now because it is looking likely that we could actually come into these. But yeah, this is basically what I wanted earlier. Nice distribution away from the DTO and then wait for price to come back to get into shorts. That's what I wanted earlier, which just didn't come through. You can still look for them if you want, but as I said, chat, I've had too many biases that I've had bullish and then bearish, and I've had bearish, then bullish, then bearish again. I just don't feel confident enough to really execute on anything. I was watching some economist yesterday and he reckoned this is all great for the USA in the long run. Reckons it's a really smart move from Trump, just not for everyone else. Yeah, no, it's great for Trump. It's great for Trump. Do you know it's even better for? And then Israel's another one of those countries, boys. It's like, if you focused on your country a bit more rather than just going to a war with everyone, maybe your country would actually be nice. Like whenever I land on Israel on GeoGuess, oh wait, let me actually just show you something. Hang on. I'm not playing this, I'm just doing it to prove a point. Wait, can I go on the Middle East on here? Is there a Israel one? Right, cool. Look at this. Look at it. Would you want to live in this? This shit looks like Mexico, bro. This is fucking Israel, right? Let's go to the next. Now look at that. Look at the fucking houses. Let's go again. Like, bro, look. If they actually spent all of their time into improving what their country's like rather than going to war. I mean, bruv, like, again, this just looks like Mexico City, bro. Look at this. It's just terrible. Okay, this doesn't look too bad, but even this, like, all the cars are so old. Construction looks terrible as well. Do you know what I mean, though, chat? Like, why don't they actually spend money and try and, like, look, bro. Look at these fucking houses. It's terrible. We haven't even landed in one nice place yet. We haven't landed in one nice place. Like, bro. Like, look at it. They spent money on actually improving their country rather than just bombing everyone. Bomb spamming everyone. I don't know if that news is enough to completely reverse. Hello, Louis/Lou/Rich/Richesse. What are you saying for? Did you see my DJ this morning? I got Stu in trouble. Nah, what happened, bro? It's not a hate, man. I love your lives. Just comment, man. Biggest support to you. No, I know, bro. I know. Everyone in this live, to be fair, there's some people in this lives, obviously, everyone in this live's probably said something that's pissed me off before, but there's a difference between, bro, if you're in this live now, everyone in this live's actually part of the comm. And the thing is, what makes our comm good is we do disagree with each other sometimes, but overall, we agree with the basically what we're all doing. You know what I mean? It's not like that guy earlier where you're coming in here just to be a prick. Like, all of us are actually trying to trade. We've just got different ways of going about it. So yeah, man, it's good. It's good that we can actually disagree in this community and still be pals at the end of the day. So no hard feelings about anything, boys. So it's always good to have different opinions in your life. But yeah, this is what I wanted earlier. If this exact thing happened there, let me show you. Let me Aikido this real quick. Wait. If we had that then that would have been what I would have gone for in the morning. And that would have been the trade. I would have looked for price to come back up to here and then enter the short. But you can see we didn't really get that reaction initially. What we actually got was price pushing higher first and then back down again. So just really choppy. I wanted this a bit earlier. Could still enter, as I said, I haven't entered anything yet, so. You're a complete idiot. Fair play, brother. Always good when you say that, but get your grammar wrong. Bear in mind, chat, I actually have family that are Russian. Our family comes from Russia. My dad's side. So, not like I'm hating for the sake of hating. A 50-minute close below Asia low for shorts for me. Monday 1%, Tuesday 2%, today -1 long. Think I'm done for, yeah, bro. I'll be done for the week, man. You've already had 3 trades in this market. I think you've done well to actually be up 2%. I'd just hold that. Well, Trump helped my sales, but I wouldn't count it as a W. Lucky. Yeah, again, mate, I'm just hesitant on entering on these, boys. I'll be so honest. Just hesitant on entering on these. This would be what I'll be going for. This probably looks like the best setup overall of the day so far, but this market's just too choppy for me. You do have a Russian look about you. I don't even know what a Russian look is, to be fair. I think they just look hard. In Euro USD, to sweep the high or low, or it'll be DTO. Thank you. So basically, first of all, you want to go on the higher time frame. That's the main thing. You want to have a higher time frame bias, and then you just use that to actually get in. So if I show you what I was talking about yesterday, first of all, you have your higher time frame bias, and then you decide what to do. So the reason why a lot of people fail, right, is because we've got this is the ALG reversal strategy. This is the DTO continuation strategy, right? So essentially, what a lot of people do wrong is they try and look, right, they go on the lower time frame and try and see, is it this move happening? Is it a manipulation move happening? Like that? Or is it a sell move happening? They try and do that on the lower time frame. Is it a sell reversal or is it a buy continuation? Because both ones break out the Asia high. You can see break out the Asia high, break out the Asia high. But this one we buy, this one we sell. But the reason why people go wrong is they try and rely on the lower time frame to look at what to do. They think they can go on the 5 minute 15 and then look specifically what to do within this market here. You're never going to really be able to tell on the 15 minute and 5 minute whether you should buy for DTO buyers or whether you should sell for ALG buyers. The way you need to do it is go on the higher time frame, have a higher time frame bias. For example, if you had a higher time frame bias of longs, then you'd only look for either ALG longs or DTO longs. So then when it breaks the low, if you've already got a higher time frame bias that says buyers, when it breaks the low, you're just looking at buyers. You're not looking at DTO sells when it breaks the low. Right, so you're just establishing a higher time frame bias, then using either the ALG reversal or DTO continuation to get in. So cool, buyers have been established. Therefore, I'm either looking for Asia low to be swept for a buy or the DTO to be distributed away from and returned to for a buy. So you need a higher time frame bias first. That's the main thing. Euro USD came to the point. Which site is that they use for drawings and things? It's called Miro, bro. Called Miro. Broski. Wait, what? Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean, Simon? Say that again. Am I wrong for having a 4-hour bearish bias on AUD/CHF? AUD is very strong right now. AUD is very strong right now. So I'd imagine it's bullish. Yeah, I'd be bullish on the 4-hour, bro. Be bullish on the 4-hour. Again, it's just a matter of identifying your range. So the easiest way to go about things, boys, identify your range. Low, high. Is it a bullish or bearish range? Well, we most recently broke a high, so therefore it's a bullish range. So therefore we want the next high to be broken rather than the low. Then we mark on our internal, external liquidity. So internal liquidity is a fair value gap or order block from within the current range from here to here. So here, this is our internal fair value gap, and our external is just our high and low. As we said, we're in an uptrend, so we're only really interested in the high getting taken. So therefore, I'll get rid of this. And now we've got a little bit of framework. So we've got our current range, which is here. We've got our internal liquidity and our external liquidity. So we just want price to go from our internal to our external high. So therefore, I'll be looking at buyers targeting this high here. It's a very easy, quick checklist you can do in order to just quickly see what's going on. It just gives you a bit of framework there. Wait, let me reply to ChatGPT. Did you set a limit? Nah, bro. I haven't set a limit for anything. I haven't got in anything today, man. It's just way too choppy for my liking. I do like the look of these sells. This would be what I would execute on. I just don't have a really clear bias, man. So I wouldn't be too happy just trying to get in. Got fucked with a big candle on EU. Changed my bias because it seemed like dicks while I was reacting off DTO. Bad mistake. Unlucky, bro. As I said, it was just news that Trump's put in thousands of troops on the ground. So these are just the markets that we're currently in. It's fucking annoying. It really is annoying. Alright, we're getting... here we go. Efforts to extend ceasefire makes progress. Mediators' efforts to extend a ceasefire between the United States and Iran have made progress as the warring sides are expected to return soon to the table for another round of negotiations. So that's kind of the opposite. I mean, Trump slapped a load of troops there on the ground and now he's trying to renegotiate. This guy's crazy. Thank you very much and sorry for asking the same question. No worries, bro. Am I wrong? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be bullish on AUDCHF. USDCHF short. US dollar pairs, as we know, is quite hard to read right now. I'll check it in a sec, though, because you said about being Russian. But yeah, Myro for the drawings, bro. Is anyone in any trades right now? Again, these sales from the DTO do look nice. I'm just really hesitant to jump in, man. Very tempted to jump in these sells. Because at least now we've got the news out of the way and price can sort of just continue, hopefully. Tell you what, we'll wait and see if we get an inversion. It's going to be a low RR trade today, boys, I'm pretty sure. Because I want to wait for loads of confirmation before getting in anything. I want loads of confirmation. Again, you could enter here for a 3-to-1 and risk massively getting stopped out. Or you can wait for an inversion and then price retapping onto it. And get yourself a 2-to-1. Not really enough in there to get a 2-to-1. You're gonna have to shorten your stop loss a little bit, which isn't really ideal. But yeah, I'd wait for an inversion, then I'll be going for something like this. This mouse is doing my absolute nutting. Yeah, I'll be waiting for something like that. I'd rather enter this one than this one. A nice lower RR and you can have a tight stop, but at least you got that confirmation. Variable spreads or fixed spreads for prop firm. It's up to you, bro. I'd go fixed though. Who do you follow on Twitter? First Squawk, bro. Really good for the updated news. For the updated news. What we saying TikTok? Who's here, man? Let me know who's here. In EU sells, paper trading, fair play, bro. Fair play. But yeah, that's what I'd want to wait for, really, is an inversion of that. Then I'd be a little bit more confident. Want to be really, really careful in these markets, boys. We already seen, could have entered about 4 trades already this morning and just been stopped out of them all. So there's just no point. I think we've actually had... yeah, we've actually had a short... I didn't actually realise. We have had a sell sent to the signals chat by one of our signal providers. Let me actually get that on screen. I didn't actually realise that. Who's in this chat from the signals? I'll show you where he got in. So we do have a signals chat, by the way, boys. So it was sent here. Stop loss war 21. And a pretty big stop loss. This mouse is actually really doing my nutting. Like, badly. Right, yeah, so this is his trade. Where's he aiming for? It's a pretty big target, I'm not going to lie. He's aiming for 553. Right, yeah, so this is the trade we've actually had sent into the signals. So I don't know if anyone's in this in the live right now, but yeah, our signal chat are currently in these cells here. So let's see how they play out. Actually, wait, let me just get it off the screen though. See if we can invert this, boys. I know you're busy. Guess you'll look later regarding the joke. Let's have a look at this joke. Just nearly talked my way out of a speeding ticket by telling the police woman she looked bloody stunning. Then I fucked up by saying, and that's not the drink talking either. These are pretty good jokes, to be fair, Simon. These are pretty good jokes. In the EU cell, paper trading, fair play. Chat, I need to go for. Let me go for a piss quickly. Give me 2 secs, boys, and we'll quickly go toilet. Go toilet, boys. Hopefully we can invert this and we can actually start getting into shit. What strategy do you use, mate? I use the ALG strategy and the DTO strategy, bro. They're the only 2 strategies you need in order to cook the London session. The 2 best strategies for trading London session. The 2 strategies have actually enabled me to quit my job and trade full time for the last 3 to 4 years. Or he deserves an account. He made you laugh. He does. He has got good jokes, to be fair, Simon. I will give him that. But yeah, boys, what I'll do, I'll drop a link in the chat now. Give me 2 secs. I'll drop a link in the chat now if you do want to book in a call, and I can explain my strategy a little bit more to you. So I'll put that in the chat now. So yeah, just click that link, boys. Book in a call, absolutely free, and I can just explain on the phone a little bit about how we trade, what our strategy is, and stuff like that. Whatever questions you may have. EUNZD sells 8 AM, but it's moving slow as fuck at the moment. Fairs. Looks like we may get that close. What do you think about GJ? I'm not loving it, to be fair, bro. Would still be bullish, but I want it to come down a little bit first before we'd look to buy. Yeah, GJ in overall is just it's a bit hard to read. The yen basket overall trend-wise is very bearish, as you can see. It is very bearish. But looking at it currently, you can see it had that big bullish spike really for the last sort of 2 hours or so. So really starting at 8:30, you can see we've had a pretty decently sizable pump up. So I'll be very careful about it. And yeah, we've also, bear in mind, tapped into this level 3 times. So we may sell from this, but more than likely this is going to fail and we're going to come higher. Right, we have had that close. Let me move this across. We've had that close now, so realistically... Fucking hell. Not being funny, chat. That's what I'll be looking for. That's what I'll really be looking for. Two secs, chat. Hopefully we can come back up. It's not gone straight away. Sells are getting absolutely spammed in the chat. Put you back on. Sell, go sell. Okay, spells are getting spammed. Are you in this one? If you want to see if I'm in, boys, get in the signals chat, man. You can see every single trade that I'm in or that I'm not in. If you do want a little bit more information on the signal service itself, what our results have been like, what my trades are like, how I send them in. So just booking a call, boys. Booking a call right there. Next person that actually joins lifetime to get this week, because it's been a pretty shit week. Next person that joins lifetime, I will be giving a funded account to, just to get you started off. Just try not to blow it within like 2 days. See, the start of that 4-hour candle was very bearish. We've obviously completed that CRT now as well. You can see that CRT has been completed. Swept the candles high, traded down into the candles low now. Can we trade futures on that account? Yeah, bro. Yes, sir. EJ buys from 30-minute order block and liquidity sweep. Yeah, and I'd be very careful on EJ. Yeah, I do like the look of that, though. To be fair, if I am looking to buy off this order block, though, I would want to see Asia low get taken first from the previous day. You can see we don't really want these to be equal lows because they're just asking to be swept if we leave these like this. So we ideally want price to push down a little bit more and then come higher. So similar thing, we want it to push down a little bit more first. Remember, chat, it's all about timing in the markets, boys. You can get the right direction, but if you time it wrong, then you're cooked. Do you know the author of CRT is? Yeah, it's Romeo, bro. He's called Romeo TPT. 2 secs, chat. Who the fuck's calling me? Just gonna screenshot that number. Fuck off. Gold. Let's have a look at gold. Is gold still rejecting? Yeah, nice. Gold's still getting that rejection. You can see it hasn't really got a lot of volume in it right now. Bear in mind, the London session doesn't often move a lot anyway. Let's actually look for potential re-entries. Yeah, this order block here is screaming out at me. It's almost saying, Lou, buy now. But no, I'm joking. It's not. It's not saying that, but it is screaming out at me. This right here. This order block here. If we can come down into this order block. And then get nice lower time frame confirmation, then I'll be looking to buy at that point. Normally we only get the volume kick in really in the New York session though, chat. Asia and New York tend to move quite a lot for gold. London not so much. So you can see yesterday the main distribution came as soon as the London session finished. New York. As soon as London session finished and New York session opened at 1 PM, you see you got that distro. So that's normally what gold does. So if you are looking to buy, just be aware of when the move is most likely to come through. See if there's any more Trump news coming out. Romeo is my... Wow, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to repeat that. Yeah, we teach CRT as well, bro. I think we teach it a little bit better. The thing is with Romeo, he's a good trader. It's a good concept he's discovered, but he makes so much dough off of just selling his calls that he just now is a full-time Twitter grifter. He doesn't actually trade. If you go on his Twitter, his position sizes, it'll be like sell for like $300,000 or some shit like that. Like, he is good. Obviously, it's a good concept, but like he's just a full-time grifter now, really. But I do rate him. Romeo TPT is one of the all-time social media traders. Yeah, can see why people would say that. He is such a grifter when it comes to Twitter. But you can't deny CRT is a good concept. It's just sad that he went down the way he did. My friend Ben taught me an FVG strat for gold. Holy shit. Whatever you do, never speak to that friend Ben again. If it is by any chance Ben full ports or Ben flips. I think that's the same person. I'm buying at 4770. Where's that? 4770. Fair play. Why there, bro, specifically? Nah, Ben's African continuation is goated. To be fair, that is like the... How did he even come up with that strategy? The thing is, actually, I know exactly how he come up with that strategy. He was clearly trading at like 11 o'clock at night, just catting to get a trade. Catting to get a trade, and he just thought, oh, there's a fair value gap here, let me try it. Does anyone in here know who the MMXN trader is? Yeah, I know that is. He fucking takes that MMXN a little bit far. Again, all these one concept traders, it never actually works that way. You can't use one concept. You do need a general understanding of a few things. It hasn't got to be loads of things. It hasn't got to be really complicated, but there's got to be a few things. Like I trade CRT within a lot of other concepts. You need a way to actually enter the market. Again, that goes down to what I was saying earlier about your entries, where a lot of people rely on their strategy to actually define their bias. With us, I'll use stuff like CRT to actually get a higher time frame bias. Once I've got that higher time frame bias, for example, if it is bullish, then I'll use my strategy, ALG or DTO, to actually get in. But yeah, a lot of people skip out this part and they expect their strategy to be everything. They expect it to all be one. So as soon as they get a nice CRT, they just instantly place their sell and then TP there, stop loss there. It's good, but what you want to do is you want to zoom into that and then go for one of these. And that means you can actually take advantage of a trend, because every morning there's going to be more positions. Yeah, really choppy right now. DXY is pushing down. The pound's getting a bit, yeah, fucking hell. You can see the euro's gained a mad amount of strength recently in the last few minutes. Done for today. Done for today's paper trade. I'll let it run to stop loss or TP. Take care, fellas. Fair play, casual. You getting a funded soon, or are you just gonna practice for a bit? You think it's best to take a challenge account slow or pass as quick as possible? As quick as possible, bro. You don't want to risk it too. Like, that's very much two ends of the spectrum. I would recommend risking about 2% on your challenges, 1 or 2%. But the key for that is just don't overpay. So don't get a challenge that you can't afford. If you can't afford to be spending 500 quid willy-nilly, then don't be getting a 100k account. Start with a 25k and then you can trade it aggressively and then scale up from then. If you do want to get funded with a prop firm, boys, go to Alpha Capital Group. Alpha Capital Group. And use code Richesse at checkout. The best prop firm in the UK by far. Yeah, use Richesse at checkout. Will give you 15% off any of your challenges, boys. Also, send me a screenshot of you using that code, and I will get you in the signals for free for 1 week to get you best start possible. As you can see, this is our only signal trade of the day here from one of our signal providers, which is running. It's all right. It's running about 1% up right now. So if you do want to get free access to that and a discount, just use our code, boys. Use code Richesse at Alpha Capital Group. But yeah, you want to take your challenges a little bit more aggressively. Just don't want to be stuck on them for ages, man. It's just a fucking waste of time, to be honest. Hang on. TikTok's bugged out big time.
The biggest comeback in trading history.
Get the cam on. Entered from the inverse, so let's hope it continues bullish. Bullish or bearish, you mean? I'll just practice for a while because been mentally down because my girl left me and it was reason I had like 6 months break and now I'm back at it. Come on, bro. Can't be letting a woman stop you from trading for 6 months, bro. Mate, I had a similar situation happen. I mean, my girl didn't leave me, but I basically broke up with my missus and then just fucking was like, mate, right, well, I'm going to become a trillionaire through trading. That's the only way to fill this void in my life. Everyone deals with it differently, but yeah, man, just get on them charts, bro. Bearish, I mean, yeah, fairs. Europe plans to clear Strait of Hormuz itself from the US. I don't think that's true. That would be a huge change in rhetoric. That would be a massive change in rhetoric. Fuck me, that is true. That is an insane change of rhetoric. Europe plans to clear Strait of Hormuz independently of the US. That's pretty insane news, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. That's pretty insane news. Before they were... When they say Europe, and who's this fucking from as well? It doesn't really say. It's hard to gauge the reliability of it. What is TP 1 hour FVG? 30-minute order block, bro. 30-minute order block. That's crazy. Redemptionary gang is the best part of all time. There's 3 billion more out there, bro. Yeah, trust me. Trust me, brother. Yeah, it shouldn't affect, but she broke up during my army service time, but life goes on and we move. Yeah, bro, you'll come back stronger, man. You'll come back stronger, 100%. She'll be ashamed that she left you. She'll come on the stream one day. She'll see what Richesse Effects is live. Oh, what, that guy with like 10 million subscribers, the biggest trader on the net by far. Yes, that is me. That is me. And then she'll be in the comments. She'll be like, oh my God, I've been watching you for years. We know she's capping. And then she'll be like, oh, can I have a free funded account? These times I'll be giving away 200k accounts, like 10 every stream. I'll be like, yeah, you can give away a 200k account. Just let me know what your name is. I'll hear her name. Oh, what? It's X casual underscore me's ex missus who left him when he was in army service and trying to trade. Kicked from the live. And then she'll be banned from the entirety of my lives going forward ever. So she's basically cooked on trading. Look, me and Maze found a gaff in bar, so have a look when you're done. Send it me on Discord, bro. Send it me on Discord, brother. That's crazy news out of Europe, though, that they plan to clear the strait. I want to know what that actually really means. Clear the strait themselves. Europe planning to clear the Strait. Okay, here we go. Europe planning to clear the Strait of Hormuz independently of the US is the most significant NATO development of the crisis. Brussels is done waiting on Washington. They're building their own energy security muscle in real time. Defense spending mandates just got a new justification. This is structural, not temporary. It is all. Everyone's saying it's just about this energy security. It's very true what Cam was saying earlier about how they're taking Greenland and then Venezuela and then Iran. That is basically means that the US is completely independent. That's fucked if we have to clean up after the US. We won't have to clean up, well, we might. I don't really know what that actually consists of when they say clearing it. When they say clearing it, it's a pretty vague term, isn't it? And I don't think Europe's definition of clearing is the same as Washington's either. So I'm waiting some more news to come out about that. Let's actually go on. Oh, Trump's speaking now. All right, Trump and Netanyahu are speaking right now.
Well, I can't tell you whether or not the ceasefire will hold. We've done, I think, a very masterful job. We weren't helped very much by the Biden administration, I can tell you that. But we've gotten quite a few hostages out. We're going to get more out. But we're dealing with very complex people. And we are going to see whether or not it holds. We certainly want to have more come out.
What are you saying, David? How you doing, bro?
Damaged.
Yo, Lou, why are you looking at shorts today? Well, mainly, bro, we wanted price to come down to this order block first. So I wanted price to come down to this order block and then move higher off of that order block. But obviously, first we need to get down there. So I was looking for sells off of the DTO to actually get down there and then buys later on. So yeah, really sells and then to buys. So if we go down to lower time frame, in order to really get into that trade, I needed price to distribute away from the DTO, which is why we didn't get in here off the DTO straight. We wanted price to actually distribute away from it, then return to the DTO, and then get that sell. So that's really what's happened now. But yeah, we are overall for the day bullish, but first we do need to hit this order block, in my opinion. I always think when I'm watching these, can you imagine a mad bomb just goes off or something?
United States taking over a sovereign territory. What authority would allow you to do that? Are you talking about a permanent occupation there? Redevelopment? And Mr. Prime Minister, do you see this idea as a way to expand the boundaries of Israel and to have a longer peace, even though the Israeli people know how important that land is to you and your citizens, just as space is inherited by the Palestinians as well?
I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly. Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land, developing and creating thousands of jobs with something that will be magnificent in a really magnificent area that nobody would know. Nobody can look because all they see is death and destruction and rubble. And
what do you mean everyone would love that, would they? I'm sure Palestinians wouldn't really love that.
Terrible sight. I've studied it. I've studied this very closely over a lot of months, and I've seen it from every different angle, and it's a very, very dangerous place to be, and it's only going to get worse. And I think this is an idea that's gotten tremendous, and I'm talking about from the highest level of leadership,
No worries, Vision.
gotten tremendous praise. And if the United States can help to bring stability and peace in the Middle East, we'll do that.
What about ALG from GJ if we inverse? I'd wait a bit on GJ, bro.
Tonight, our three goals. And the third goal is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel again. President Trump is taking it to a much higher level. He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea. And I think it's worth paying attention to this. We're talking about it. He's exploring it with his people, with his staff. I think it's something that could change history. And it's worthwhile really pursuing this avenue.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
What's this guy talking about? It's just two dudes that have really got each other's back right here. What time frame is the order block? 30-minute, bro.
We're working very hard to get all the hostages. The word is all, and we're working very hard. So far, it's been moving along fairly rapidly, pretty much on schedule. I'd love to have them all out at one time, but we're taking them out, and tomorrow more are being released, and over the days more, and then we'll go into a phase 2. But we'd like to get all of the hostages, and if we don't, it will just make us somewhat more violent. I will tell you that, because they would have broken their word. Mr. Witkoff and his entire group have been working 24 hours round the clock, and they want them out, and promises.
On a ute, yeah, bro.
And we'll see
30-minute.
those promises will be kept, but we want all the hostages.
It's that last expansion down and then higher before the pump. So that's the order block that we're looking at. That candle there.
Well, we're discussing that with many of your representatives. You're represented very well, and people do like the idea, but we haven't taken a position on it yet. But we will be we'll be making an announcement probably on that very specific topic over the next 4 weeks. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead. See what he says, boys.
You just said that you think all the Palestinians should be relocated to other countries. Does that mean that you do not support the two-state solution?
Bruv, no offense, I don't really want to hear about that. I want to hear about the war. I want to see that news about the EU. That's actually kind of important. I don't really care about Trump just speaking. He just makes shit up as he goes along. Israel and Lebanon have decided to start direct discussions after a US mediated success. Spot gold falls 1%. Pretty crazy, boys, what's going on right now. I'm not going to lie, every 2 minutes we're getting fucking news coming out. We've got to stay on top of it. I'm using @FirstSquawk on Twitter, boys, in order to get my news updates. If you can see, it just gets sent through, and all you got to do is just refresh, and you get basically all of the tweets come through. So this is where I'm reading all of my news from. If you want it all in one place, then PicSuite is the best place for that. That's not a live speech. I did think so, because all they was talking about was fucking Palestine. Let me try and see. They probably... Do you know what's probably live? These lot are always fucking live, aren't they? These lot will have something to say. Oh, GB News actually aren't live on YouTube. They're not... Oh, no, yeah, they are.
In the G7 group of nations, and that's as Rachel reads loud to Washington today to see the IMF. Donald Trump, by the way, has weighed in and says he's going to potentially rip up the trade deal he proposed with Starmer's government.
It's all going terribly well, isn't it? Meanwhile, migrants moved out. Yeah, 11 migrant hotels have shut, with 185 still in operation. Home Office Minister Alex Norris spoke to GB News earlier.
Well, we committed to close all of those hotels, and we're going to close all of those hotels. We're announcing the closures this week of a further 11, with more to come across the springtime.
We're a joke of a country. We're actually a fucking joke. That's actually like headline news, boys. Deep that. Oh my god. We're actually going to close 11 hotels, yeah? We're going to close 11 hotels? Like, who actually cares, bruv? Who actually cares? Oh, you're closing 11 hotels. How long did it make you to do that? Bruv, like, what are you even doing? All these countries making moves about the future. Bear in mind, all this hotel shit kicked off, what, like 6 months ago? 12 months ago? No one really cares anymore. It's not popular news anymore. No one actually cares. And out he comes... So we're actually about to close 11 hotels. I know, it's good, isn't it? It's really good what I've done there. Yeah, so we've been working for the last 12 months. I've earned about 250 large, and we've actually managed to come up with a plan to close 11 hotels and maybe a further 3 in the future as well. It's like, mate, get a grip. Seriously, get a grip. It's like everyone else is running a country and we're running like a fucking primary school or something. Like, bro, why do we care about such unimportant shit all the time? Does my nutting, man. Actually does my nutting, these fucking people. GB News is just an established mouthpiece for reform joke. Where you get your news from X. Yeah, bro, Squawk tweets, brother. Squawk tweets on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, they're not a news channel, they're just blatant propaganda. I mean, they're sort of a necessary evil. Like, there's so much far left news, you do need, like, a really right-wing news. But, like, at the same time, it's like, fucking hell. Or they just talk about the same shit over and over again.
With Iran could restart within 2 days.
Here we go.
After negotiations collapsed over the weekend. He's also claimed to Fox News that Operation Epic Fury is, he says, very close to over. Let's take a quick listen to part of that interview.
I had to divert, because if I didn't do that, right now you would have Iran with a nuclear weapon. And if they had a nuclear weapon, you would be calling everybody over there, sir. And you don't want to do that.
Well, you keep saying was. Is this war over?
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country. And we're not finished. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal very badly.
Well, despite the president's claims, Iran says there is no information about any new talks, casting doubt on progress. US Vice President J.D. Vance, he says the White House is pushing for a grand bargain with Iran, but admits decades of mistrust will, he says, be hard to overcome. And that comes as US officials say...
J.D. Vance is going to have... I reckon J.D. Vance will have the worst election defeat out of any US president ever. That's my take. That's my take. J.D. Vance will have the worst defeat of any US president-elect ever. That's what I think is going to happen. No, it's actually embarrassing, trust me. Play football tic-tac-toe. Bro's done with all the fucking... Bro's done with all the war talk and trading. He just wants to be a kid again. Write the name, bro, please, for the web news. It's called Squawk Tweets. So first Squawk. FIRSTSQUAWK. Hey Louis, don't mind someone's opinion. Go ahead. Just to let some time pass by, can you look at EJ? No worries, bro. Yeah, EJ, yen basket's a little bit weird. Let's start with the yen basket. I'll show you why I'm not really looking to trade JPYs right now. So the yen basket's obviously in a big downtrend, as we know. It's always really been in a downtrend. And especially, obviously, recently, we've had this big bearish leg come through, break the low, and we're now trading at all-time lows for the yen. So looking at this would say blatantly that we're looking to sell, right? And therefore buy EJ, GJ, and similar pairs. However, if we look at the current market, we've got this really, really big spike here. And this was after a pretty undecisive day. So you can see we've got this external low. We've come off of our internal order block. So we should have really taken this low. We should trade down and take out this low. Came down once, twice, and haven't actually managed to take it. And since then, we've obviously had a huge bullish spike, as you can see. So right now, it's really weird. We're in a big downtrend, but we've got a huge bullish spike. So it doesn't really make sense in order to sell the yen basket just yet. So looking at now EJ and GJ, I'd want us to come down a little bit more to our POIs and then look for buys. So EJ down to our POIs and then take them buys. Just want to wait for price to actually hit our POI. So with the yen basket, I want it to come up a little bit higher because at this point, it's clear that we don't really want to trade off of this fair value gap. We've tapped into it 3 times and failed to have a proper sell-off each and every time. So I'd really want this to maybe come up to here and then come down. Or even just to retap and fully sort of fill this again and come down. But either way, I do want to move up first before we get that overall sell position come through. Is this more news? Is this more news? Is that more news or not? Trump says an end result regarding Iran may come soon. US President Trump, Xi just sent me a letter. So apparently Xi Jinping just sent him a letter. Wonder what it said on that letter. Xi just wrote me a letter. Trump says an end result regarding Iran may come soon. I very much doubt that, but let's see. Let's get rid of this one now as well. I'm in an EJ buy from yesterday, 87200 and stops at 0.40. I'm stressed right now. Wait, I'm assuming you got in buys here, right? Wait. 87200 you got in. 87200. So here I'm assuming. Stop losses, I'm assuming this Asia low. 40. Oh, so it's basically sitting around your entry right now. Fair play. Alright, yeah, that was the hourly from yesterday. I do still like the look of this, bro. It's just if there's enough room to hold a little bit of drawdown. I do like the general idea of the trade, though. But as I said, it's just if the yen basket does want to have that little extra push up before eventually returning to the bearish trend, is EJ actually going to be able to survive that? Is your stop loss going to be able to survive that push down and then? But I do like the general idea. I think at the end of the day, you just got to hold the trade and just let your trade play out. You essentially buying an asset that's really bullish on a higher time frame trend perspective. So at the end of the day, you should really be all right. I mean, if you look at this market here, you're buying in this market, so more than likely buyers do continue. Obviously, it's way more likely that we get buyers than the market suddenly reverses and we get sells. Yeah, I didn't take any partials. I'm trying to let the trade go wherever it has to go. Fair play, bro. Fair play. I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of equal highs at this up here now. Price is obviously struggling to break past. Is there a key level around? I mean, not really. 187.5 is kind of a key level. 187.5. You can see we haven't really been able to break past that. As a sort of key level. Bro, could you check UJ quickly? I'm in a trade. Are you in buys or sells, bro? Again, UJ is really not one of my favourite pairs. Trade. Again, the reason being is the DXY, in my opinion, the DXY is a dominant pair. That means Euro USD, that means AUD USD. Any US dollar pair is essentially controlled by how the dollar moves. If the dollar's bearish, then everything else will be bearish. If the dollar's bullish, then everything else will be obviously in line with that. So the dollar basically controls what goes on dollar pairs. But the issue with that is that's the same for the yen. The only other pair where we can say the same is the yen basket, where the yen basket is overly a dominant pair. So if the yen basket moves down, that means that every other pair is going to follow that. Anything with a JPY is going to follow that. So for example, GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, AUD, JPY, CHF, JPY. So the point is that JPYs are a dominant pair. Whatever the yen basket will do, JPYs will follow. Same with the US dollar. The US dollar is a dominant pair, so whatever the dollar will do, dollar pairs will follow. Which brings us up to the issue with the JPY. We've got two very dominant currencies going against each other, which makes it hard to actually have a higher time frame bias. Because we don't really know which index should we really trust. Whereas if we're trading just EU, we know we can look at the US dollar and get a good bias. Or if we're just trading EJ, but obviously as we said, these two against each other, it's two dominant currencies. Do we go with the US dollar or do we go with the yen basket? Which one do we go with? Especially makes it difficult. It's not really that difficult when one's really bullish. Imagine the dollar was really strong and the yen was really weak. Then that's simple, right? We'd look to buy, obviously, the US dollar against the yen. But the issue we've got now is the yen's pretty weak and the dollar's pretty weak. So that's two dominant weak pairs against each other. So there's not really any overall bias that we can actually look for. But yeah. Yeah, not really much movement since that big impulsive candle. DXY is given a little nice reaction off the DTO currently. What's gold saying? A few people was talking about gold earlier. Is anyone actually getting in gold now? Is anyone actually looking to get into gold? Bear in mind we've tapped into that order block. We are very soon probably going to have a market structure shift on the 1 minute. And also really the 5 minute. Well, no, not really the 5 minute to be fair. You can see breaking highs, breaking highs, breaking highs. So we're clearly in a bullish trend. I just want to see price react off of that order block there. And then again continue that bullish structure up past the high. So yeah, we are about to get confirmation on that as well on the lower time frame. So wait and see for that. I'm already in a long on gold. Are you good level for buy? Fair play. Is this sell over for Euro USD? I wouldn't say it's over, bro. No, I wouldn't say it's over. This is the only trade I've actually executed on so far, so I do want this to play out. I can show you, man. You man are watching on YouTube. I can show you, man, my P&L on this. So I only risked half on this. It's my only trade of the day. Let me open my screen a little bit. Probably, I'll be honest, chat, I'm probably going to go stops at break even. Just because this shit is choppy as fuck. For fuck's sake, hang on. Oh, bro, come on. There you go. Okay, it's still kind of fucked, but there you go. So there you go. Execution. And then, yeah, it's only up a little bit, to be honest, chat. I only risked half on this. I only risked half, so we're only risking 1k on this. We're risking 1k. Full TP is at 2.1k, so it'll be a minor little trade, but yeah, that's the trade there. We're dumping right now. I'm actually going to move. I'm going to chop my stop loss now at this point. I'm going to chop my stop loss to just above that wick there. So I'm going to move my stop loss to here. 870. Okay, so now we've only got literally 1/4% on the line. And we're aiming for, yeah, decent. Let's get rid of this now. Let's get rid of this now as well. Oh shit. See, I've risked 0.5% on this, so it's a 200k account. 200k account, I've risked 0.5%, which means I've put 1k on this. I've now chopped my stop loss to here, which means essentially I've got like $500 on the line right now. And I make $2,000 if this wins. So we're in a pretty decent spot right now. We just need this momentum to continue to the upside on the dollar, and we should be off all right. Yeah, we did well to actually time it though. We waited for a lot of confirmation. That was what I was saying, chat. I'm waiting for a lot of confirmation today. Something is happening in the market. Unusual candle forming right now. Yeah, it's a little bit unusual. Quick question. How do you get more confident with your setups? Because I feel like I'm always hesitating. It's just experience, bro. The longer you trade, the more confident you get. Also, like say you take... Let's say you're a football player and you take penalties, right? Let's say in training you take 3 penalties and you miss 1. So you take 3 penalties, 2 go in, and you miss 1. That 1 is going to seem like a really, really big deal, right? So you score, and then you miss 500 penalties, and you've scored, missed, 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 missed. This miss here, this next miss, it's not really going to seem like a big deal, is it? Because you've actually got loads and loads of trades. So essentially it equals out. Your win rate equals itself out. So and it's the same in trading, boys. If you're like scared to place a trade and you're only placing small little, maybe like 1 trade every month or 1 trade every week, or you're too scared to get in, then yeah, you're gonna notice these losses a lot more. We may even get taken out of this. We'll see. My stop loss is just above break even. It's not at break. It's a pretty tight stop loss at this point here, though, I'll be honest. escape. Yeah, bro, unfortunately, yeah. Let's check the news, boys, see if there's any more news going on. Trump states Xi declared he will not provide weapons to Iran. Oh shit, we're having a lot of news coming out right now, chat. I'm not going to lie. That's big news, though. So basically, Xi Jinping has confirmed that he will not be getting involved in Iran. I told you, boys, this would happen. Not like that, innit? Obviously, that wasn't like a big thing that I said. But I was saying a while ago, I said, oh, okay. I was saying a while ago that, mate, China and Russia don't care about Iran that much to go to war with America for it. They just don't. Let's hope we can close below this resistance here. Nice, dollar extending higher. Lovely stuff. Chat, if you're watching on TikTok and you want to see my P&L, go to my YouTube chat, boys. You can see that. Bro, this fucking mouse, bro. This is how we're looking right now. Oh, I just re-downloaded Phantom by mistake. We're making ways to that TP, boys. Nearly up $1,000 right now. We are up $1,000 right now. Nah, bro. If you'd rather it on WhatsApp, that's absolutely fine, bro. Someone will text you on WhatsApp. Just drop a text back and just let them know to call you on WhatsApp. It's a lot easier, really, WhatsApping it for calls. Since I started to watch your streams, I've become more profitable. Not copying your trade, but understanding how you trade and read the market. 100%, Matt. 100%. I mean, as I said, I've been trading the London session for years now. I know very well how it works and what you've got to wait for. When you've got to wait for confirmation. When you go with a trend, when you're targeting reversals. So, yeah, let's wait for a close below these lows. That will show a nice bearish intent. And then we can actually look to make some decent progress. What we don't want is a horrible close of just a pin bar, because then we may reverse to the upside. We want a nice bearish close below these lows. And that'll mean all that's really left in our way is this external low here. Bear in mind, there is news fucking flying out like no one's game. So, want to be careful. 30 seconds left of this close. Watch me go. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have warned that they will stop imports and exports in the Gulf Sea and Oman if the US continues its blockade of Iranian ships in the Hormuz Strait. They will stop imports and exports in the Gulf Sea. Hang on. Right, we did have a close below those levels, which is nice. Hopefully we're just retesting those lows. The Gulf Sea. So they'll stop exports to the Gulf Sea. So this is the straight here, right? Or is it? Yeah, this is the straight. Or is it? Yeah. Ready to test that 5-minute IFEG as well, looking good. Yeah, oh yeah, it's true, bro. Yeah, we did. That's nice. Come on, chap. Let's body this through. Let's body this through now. Let's body this through. Go on, dollar. Time for you to run, my boy. Time for you to push. Time for you to put in that work. Obviously, the original position was my stop loss up here, so it is only a 2 to 1, just slightly over. But I've chopped my stop loss here, so we are saving ourselves a nice bit of risk. I'm quarter risk on this. I half risked it to begin with because of how shaky the markets were, but now I've even chopped it further. So we're only risking $400, and we're targeting 2k profit. And to be fair, chat, not to sound like a knob or anything, but $400 on a 200k account is basically a free hit, like. So even if this hits SL, it basically doesn't even matter. A 0.25%, it's even under, yeah. $400 is literally on the line, which is like what, 0. Maths is not mathing. To be fair, it's bang on 0.5%. So yeah. No, is it? No. Wait, why is my math so bad right now? Nice chap. Running. Let's break this low now. We want to break through this news low. Come on. It's the next bit of support we need to break. Should be running decently. Let me show you my P&L. 0. There, that's it. 0.2, yeah. Right, nice. We're pushing. Let me widen the screen real quick. If you man like seeing my P&Ls, let me know, boys. Pushing down. Okay, how many pips off TP are we right now? You pausing? Yeah, bro, I'm showing the YouTube my P&L. If you do want to see the P&L, boys, then go over to my YouTube stream. You can see, oh, that's what we like to see. That is for sure what we like to see, boys. Exactly what we like to see. Holy shit. I'll take that every day of the week, boys. I'll show you my P&L. So yeah, if you do want to see my P&L, boys, Richesse effects on YouTube. I'm borderline going to manually close this. 2 pips away. I just don't want any fucking news to come out or some shit. See if we can close below this. We do really want to close below this. We don't want to see some peak manipulation schematic playing out. W trade cure. Come on, bro. Stops at break even. Just above break even, bro. My stop was there. Now it's above this high here. Got the daily true open. How long you been trading? About 6 years, bro. I think I'm going to go break even right now. Yeah, I'm going to move stops to break even right now. There's no point actually risking losing money in this. I'll show you. 2 secs, chat. Right, stops now at break even, boys. I was tempted to close it early, but there's not really any point, to be fair. About to hit a 3.5%. Lovely, bro. Targeting 8-hour CRT. I'm targeting the 30-minute order block, not the 8-hour CRT. But that is nice, to be fair. I didn't even really realise that. We've got a CRT of this candle up here. So really we should trade into this low here now. That is nice. Right, my stops at break even now. Alright, chat, I'm going to be jumping off in 15 minutes time. We do have the pre-London call, so that is with my mentorship students. That we do every day after the London session, where I break down my trades for 45. How is trading for you the last weeks? I'm getting cooked like a turkey at Thanksgiving. Is it just me? I've actually been trading pretty well, bro. I'm not going to lie. I've actually been really, really, really good this year. Even over the wartime, I've been pretty profitable even over the war, which I'm very, very happy about. But yeah, boys, trading for me has gone well. As I said, if you are struggling and you've been getting cooked, boys, just get in the mentorship. As I said, I do a post-London stream every day where I go over what we've already seen from the London session and how's the best way you could trade it. Basically breaking down my strategies, why my daily bias was what it was and why I saw what I saw. So yeah, boys, I definitely recommend getting in there. On top of that, we do a pre-London stream, which is at 6 AM all the way till 6 AM all the way till 8. What is your main strat last week? Still doing Asia liquidity. Asia liquidity and DTO continuations, bro. ALG reversals or DTO continuations. Come on. Let's get this last little bit. 2% away. 2 pips, sorry, away. Pips, come on, boys. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Ciao from Italy. Mate, not gonna lie, very lucky that you're living in Italy. I don't know if you realise how actually Oh. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Nearly there. Okay, that's basically TP here. I don't care to stay in this trade for any longer, so I'm going to go close this right now. Got a bit of a shit exit there. And it's as simple as that. Simple as that, boys. We're out. That was the original trade. That was the original trade. And that was obviously with the changed stop loss. Could have held it for longer, but I just don't really see any point in that, chat. There's literally like a few pips left to go. Thanks, mate. Wish you the best. Appreciate you, bro. I personally just watch your London lives and understand your concepts. They have values. I've watched like 10 to 15 of your lives. Lovely, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Was that 17 lots? Yeah, bro. Would you take that payout or would you use that as a buffer? I already had a buffer there, bro. I already had a buffer. So I was 8k up. No, 7.5, something like that. K up. I lost a trade on Monday, and then I just won one now. So that's basically my buffer that I'm already using, to be fair, bro. But that's why I risked half, because obviously I had a payout due, ready to be withdrawn. I allowed myself an extra 1%, 1.5, took a loss, and then took a win. So that's basically my 1.5% allowance used. How are you, Lou? I'm all good, bro. You using ACG? I'm using ACG, bro. Super nice one, Lou. Appreciate you, bro. I'm still hold DXY to the higher, fair play. But yeah, chat, as I said, it's as simple as that, boys. All you got to do is have a decent strategy, stay disciplined, and then you'll eventually get your trade. I mean, what did I say, boys? You just got to be disciplined. How many trades did we mark up? Like, you man know, we marked up about fucking, what, 5 different trades? We probably would have got cooked on every single one of them. We stayed disciplined, and then we get the trade, and then we get the dub. And if you rewind all the way back to the start of the live, boys, what did I say that I was looking at? I said I was looking at price, ideally selling down to this order block. But before I get in them sells, I want to see a distribution away, then a pullback, and then I'll get my entry. So we didn't get that there, so that's why I was hesitant. Didn't enter. And then finally here, we got the distribution away from the DTO. Then we got the pullback. So that was my sign to actually start looking for entries. As I said, I didn't really want to jump in straight away off the DTO because I still was a little bit unsure, which is why I waited for that extra confirmation through the IFEG. We got that, which is when I entered the sell at 50%. Stop loss was here. TP was down there. Shortened my stop loss to here. And then obviously closed it about a pip early. And that was the trade. So it was really what we was looking for from the start. It just took a little bit of discipline to actually get there. But hopefully you guys are starting to see how I actually make a living from trading and the charts and how I trade full time and some of the stuff that actually goes into being able to do that. As I said, I'm going to drop a link in the call in the YouTube stream right now. If you do want to book a call with me and ask me anything about the way I trade, boys, feel free. At the end of the day, I'm trying to grow this community. I'm trying to become the biggest trader on the net with the best community. Not even the biggest trader, just the biggest community. So I'm always trying to help out my members, man. So if anyone does want to book a call, just click that link in the chat right now. Book a call. You can ask me anything about the way I trade. Whether if you want to know my strategy, you want to know some concepts, whatever it may be, boys, I'm here giving my time for you, man. So take advantage and book a call if you want, boys. It's always good to speak to members of the community because then when you're in the live the next day, I know, oh, that's Thingy who I went on a call with. Now I know a bit more about him, a bit more about how he trades. So yeah, boys, defo booking a call if you haven't already, man. I reckon, boys, literally, if you're in this live, you may as well book a fucking call. I do paid one-to-ones, which are like 150 quid a session, and that's for 1 hour. And I'm giving you half hour for free just to talk about whatever you need. So I'm not gonna lie, boys. Everyone in this fucking call should be booking in. I mean, it don't really make a difference to me because I'm the one helping you. But yeah, boys, I do like speaking to you, man. I do like speaking to the com. So click that link. Click that link. Yo, what you saying, Kevin? Back on trading again. What you saying, bro? Feeling fresh? Yeah, man. GJ, what are you looking at on GJ, Ralph? How do you say your name as well? Is it Ralph? I've always called you Ralph. And you've never corrected me. So you're either the most understanding geezer in the world or you genuinely are called Ralph. Thanks, bro. You are great. Appreciate you, boy genius. Big up to you, brother. ALG played just a bit too early for you to take the whole move, but continuations were the play. 100%. Let me show you something, chat. Let me actually show you something right now. It's massively gonna prove what I was saying to you earlier. Alright, so chat. Alright. This is what I was saying earlier. This is how I trade and why a lot of people go wrong. If you didn't make money today or if you lost money, I'm going to tell you why that is. Is because what was I saying earlier? A lot of people want this right here to show them if they should buy or if they should sell. This is never going to be able to conclusively show you. You're never going to be able to become a profitable trader. I'm watching you from Pakistan. Pakistan, bro. So people think you can go on the lower time frame and actually dictate, is this a buy, is this a sell? You'll never be profitable doing that. It's too unreliable on these lower time frames. So that's why I said, going back to my drawing here, you need a higher time frame bias. As I said, mine was bearish in this scenario, so sells, right? As I'll quickly run you through it, my bias was I wanted price to come into this order block here. So therefore I wanted to sell into this order block. That was my high time frame bias. Now that's been established, now I can actually become a profitable trader because now I've established that we're selling and I have my two ways of getting into sells and my two ways of getting into buys. So I've established I'm sells. Now I either look for ALG sells, so the Asia high sweep and then sells, or distribution away from the DTO, return and then sells. And now let's look what happened on the markets. Okay, go back to the markets. Let's look first of all, we've established sells, so we're looking at one of two things now. And if we go back, let's rewind it. So we're now either looking at ALG sells, where we take the high of the Asia session and then sell, or we're waiting for price to distribute away from the DTO, then return and then get sells, right? And let's look at exactly what happened. First of all, sweep the Asia high. So that was this entry right here. And then the second one was distribution away from the DTO, return, and then sell, which was obviously the one that we actually ended up capitalizing on. So you can see both of our entries that we look for come through. I have found the best way to trade the London session. This right here is absolute gold. If you learn this properly, boys, like this is all you fucking need. Thank you for what you're doing. Good luck, mate. Appreciate you, bro. Brother, what the F is that candle? Wait. Oh, this candle here. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, chat. I'm glad I fucking got out of this one. Damn. Should really continue down though, boys. Be real. Looking at the dick. Oh, it's a big candle there. But yeah, chat, as I said, if you need to find a good way to get high time frame bias. Once you know how to get high time frame bias, learn the ALG reversal strat, which is this, and learn the DTO continuation strat, which is this. If you're kind of good at getting a high time frame bias, and then you know these strategies, you'll know exactly what to do in the London session, and you'll be able to become a profitable trader. It's as simple as that. But as I said, chat, I've just dropped a link in the chat for you to book a call. So if there's anything of that you don't understand, whether it be the daily bias, the ALG reversal strat, or the DTO continuation strat, just book in a call, boys, and I can sit there for 20 minutes and explain whatever you need. If you're watching on TikTok and you want to book a call, go to my Instagram, RichesseFX, at RichesseFX. After this live, I'm going to put up a link on my story to book a call so you boys can book it. Or if you want to do it now, just go to my YouTube. Just go on YouTube app quickly. Type up Richesse FX. Spelled it wrong. Richesse FX. Click on my live there. And then just go to the comments and click that link. Just to book a free call, boys. Absolutely free. But yeah, nice. Nice. GJ Schultz. Thanks for what you do. No worries, Cozy. Appreciate you, bro. What does DTO mean? DTO means daily true open, bro. As I said, just booking a call, bro, and I can explain to you what the daily true open is, why we use it, and how we actually trade off of it. And it'll make complete sense to you. I'm watching from Pakistan. Pakistan. VV. Appreciate all the dubs in the chat, boys. Appreciate all the dubs in the chat. Bro, does FTMO and TradingView use different charts? Yeah, bro. WKR Faith. Appreciate you, bro. Should I stay in or leave? Yeah, I got out, bro, as you just saw. Finally, Euro UNZD move in. Thank fuck. Nice. Are you in sells or buys, bro? On Euro NZD. Mate, yeah, I'm happy I could actually get a trade there, though. As I said, this was our full real trade here. Got out at the perfect time, chat. I'm not going to lie. This is what I do quite a bit. Is the only time I'll ever get out early is if we're fucking around like this, like a pip away from my TP. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not willing to hold it coming all the way back up for an extra 2 pips. Bear in mind, I only risked half. So I think I got out at like 1,800 quid here. And it would have been like 2.1k here. So 1.8k versus 2.1. I'd rather just get out there and avoid the bullshit of potentially this. So, yeah, kind of happy with that. We've retested this 5-minute IFEG again. So let's see if we can continue down. I think if you're in sales, I do still think you've got a really good chance of hitting TP. So I wouldn't worry too much. So can you use TradingView to analyze for the challenge? Yeah, bro, it's only going to be like a pip different. It'll be the same chart, just there's obviously different liquidity providers. So it's going to be like maybe a pip out or something. So you still trade the exact same way, bro. May God grant you more knowledge you deserve. Appreciate you, boy genius. That is a very actual nice thing to say. Appreciate you, brother. Bro, I am 17 and I am trading for 1 year and I read a couple of books and I bought 10k funded account. Advice for me to pass it. Also advice to become a consistent, profitable trader. Okay, so there's a lot of things to unpack there. Number one, you're 17 and you've been trading for a year. So I started trading at 17. You actually started trading at 16. So you've got a year on me already, which is good for you. You bought a 10k funded account and you've also read some books, which is good. You're actually taking this shit seriously. Advice for you to pass it. My advice for you to pass it, bro, is do not get emotionally attached to the account, okay? Do not be emotionally attached to the account. The people that get all the bitches, you're going to have to hold this analogy. People that get all the girls, the people that get all the women, are the people that don't care about getting women, all right? The people that when your bird texts you and you're like, oh yeah, no, please don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, they get no bitches. The people that get bitches is if, or who get girls, is if their girl says to them, I'm going to leave you, they go, cool, I don't care. I don't care. Exact same shit with trading and passing funded accounts. The people that don't pass funded accounts are the people that are hyper focused on passing it and think, oh, I need to pass, I need to pass, I need to pass. You shouldn't care about passing or failing. The whole point of you actually doing that challenge is the greater goal of it, which is to become a better trader, become profitable. That 10k account isn't going to change your life. It's just not. It's the start of a change though. So you need to focus on the actual long term of it, which is trading your strategy to the best of your ability with good psychology. That's all you got to do, and trade it pretty aggressively as well. What you don't want to do is hold this funded account in such high regard, because at that point you're going to make psychological mistakes, you're going to get really emotional about it, and it's not going to be the best. Exactly as someone said, don't chase, attract. Exactly that. So I'd say don't worry about blowing it. It may seem stupid of me to actually say that, but that is just a fact. Don't be worried about blowing it. Realise if you blow it, absolutely fine. You just wasn't a good enough trader. There's going to be stuff you learn in order to take into your next challenge that you won't do again. You've done something good about buying a 10k account, so it's not a huge expense. It's not a huge account. So if you lose it, you lose it. You can get another one. At the end of the day, if you're in these layers, we do giveaways all the time. You may even win one in a giveaway. So just don't be emotionally attached to it. That's what I'd say to anyone taking an account. The reason trading gets easier the more you've been in the game is because you accumulate accounts, so you're less reliant upon accounts. The reason I pass accounts pretty easily now is because I don't have to rely on that one account. I've got a 200k account here, 100k here, 50k here. I'm trading across all different 3 of them, placing different trades. So if I'm then trading on a challenge account, I can trade that with full confidence and not be like, shit, this has to pass, this has to pass. Because even if I had no accounts and only one funded, it'd still be hard for me psychologically. I'll still obviously back myself to pass it with ease, but it's still like, if I had just one account, it's quite hard compared to if you've got multiple. I check GJ, yeah, I'll check GJ now, bro. Wait, let me see what comments people are saying. Indicate a name that you apply for our chart. It's our own one, bro, that we made for our members. It's called Sessions Range. Where it's a custom one we've made for our members. You can't find it by just typing it up. So yeah, just join the Discord and we'll send it over to you for absolutely free, bro, obviously. So what's nice here is we have got this little fair value gap that we've just filled. This small little gap here. The price is just filled. 1.5 pip away from TP. Oh, so fuming, bro. Did you hold it, casual? Was Joe 40 short and got wrecked for BE? Whacked for BE? Unlucky, bro. At least you had BE, I suppose. Can't wait for you two doing duo streams in the office. Oh, mate, these streams are going to go off. Chat, if you man don't know what we got cooking, essentially, me and Mace are moving into an office in a few weeks' time. A big, fat office. Our last one was in the centre of Canary Wharf. Best view you could possibly get in the Wharf. Best office you could possibly get. But it was quite small. So this one we've got now, it's in a different place. But, mate, the law to it, the trading law to that office, boys, is insane. If I tell you, oh, mate, I'll tell you the law about that office, innit? But just know that is a biblical trading office, the one that we're moving into. But it's fat as well. It's big. It's multiple rooms. It can fit like probably 20 desks or something in there, or like 15 desks. It's going to be sick. But we're going to be moving into there in a few weeks. So you're going to get duo streams with me and Mace. And also we're going to be in an office, so it's going to be more lit. There's more shit we can actually do. So boys, make sure you subscribe, because these lives in a few weeks are going to go fucking off. We can also give away a lot more shit as well, because there'll be two of us, so we can sort of aikido what we're doing. Use profits to purchase bigger accounts and focus on... wait, 2 secs. How much can you realistically make with a 10k a month? You want to look at it percentage-wise, bro. So you can realistically, on average, consistently make 5%. This is even quite a lot. I would say, like, you realistically, on consistency basis over the course of 12 months... probably going to make between 2 and 4% a month. On a 10k, you can be a little bit more aggressive, so I'd say 4%. Now, you've got to work out now, 4% obviously is £400 or dollars, so it's not going to change your life. But the thing it is going to do, and this is why certain people never make it, is it's not a lot of money, but it's proof of concept. It's proof what you do works. If you can make 4% on a 10k, you can make 4% on a 100k, and then you get another 0 added to that, and then suddenly you're making 4k a month from the comfort of your own home. If you get a 200k account, which is what I've just put that trade on, suddenly that 4 changes to an 8, and you're making 8k dollars a month from the comfort of your own home. And then that's where you really start to then stack up on your funded accounts. Don't chase the track, yeah, fact. Let me check GJ, because bro's been spamming it for a while. I did ask if your name's actually Ralph. You did completely ignore me, but alright, Ralph, I'll still check. Yeah, again, for me, bro, I would just hesitate on the yen basket. I really don't like the way the yen's moving. We're in this big accumulation right now. You can see purely just up, down, up, down, up, down. The reason I don't like it is because on the 4 hour, we are coming off of this internal order block. So our range is from this high to this low. So yesterday we identified this as our... not yesterday, Monday I think it was, or Tuesday. No, it was yesterday. This is our internal order block, so we wanted to sell off this order block to this external low. Now what's annoying is we've sold off, but once and twice we failed to break this low. And we're really just moving sideways. And that shows me indecision. Price doesn't want to go down, it doesn't want to go up. We are at all-time lows as well, and we do get indecision at all-time lows. Price has never been in this territory before, so it's not really got anything to reference back. So I would be pretty hesitant on that. The next driver of the overall move, whether that be bullish or bearish, is probably going to be fundamentally something coming out of the Bank of Japan. So it makes it a little bit risky. So all in all, I just would really avoid JPYs right now. We're seeing really nice volume in dollar pairs. Kind of hard to trade where they're kind of choppy. But yeah. Oh. What's that fucking... 2 secs, chat. If I missed any comments, just bang them in again. I will respond to every single comment that gets asked. What do you think of GJ? Well, literally just answered that, brother. I don't know if you saw me do that. You must have. So it's better to have multiple. 100%, bro. It's better to have multiple fundeds. Use your profits to purchase bigger accounts and focus on growing capital. 100%, bro. It's not about how much you have. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you have. That's something I've always been big on to my community for the longest time. In trading, it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you have. If I make 10% of my account right here, right now, today, and Warren Buffett makes 0.1% of his account today, why does he make infinitely more money than me, even though I've got 100 times the amount of profit he's got? Because I may have 100 times the profit, but he's got 1,000,000 times the account size. Obviously, in theory, it's not exactly how it works, but you man know what I mean. It's not about how much money you make. There's really a limit to how much you can make. Any more than that, the only way to do it is increase your risk, which you don't want to do, because why would you increase your risk as you're making more money? The more money you make, you should decrease risk. That's the whole point. So if you're making 4%, you can't really get much more than that without doing stupid, shitty risk management. So focus on making that 4% a bigger number. What I mean by that is 4% of a 10k account, as we said, is $400. 4% of a 100k account is $4,000. 4% of a 200k account is $8,000, right? So it's not about how much money you make. All three profitable traders, trader A, trader A, trader B, and trader C, right? They're all just as good as traders as each other. They've all made 4%. They're all just as good as each other. But why does trader C absolutely mog trader A to death? Because he focuses on how much capital he actually has, not how much capital he earns. So it's all about the size of your account, not how much you're making. As long as you're profitable, that's it. That's all that matters. Even if that's 2%, even if that's 1%, you still want to focus on actually increasing your funding rather than increasing your the profit you're actually making, if that makes sense. Looks like we are getting a continuation of this sell-off. What's your bias on EU? Still bearish to this order block, bro. When we're at this order block, we'll change. Yeah, if I missed any comments, boys, as I said, just drop them in again. I just don't want to scroll up, otherwise I get backdated in comments. Where's the office going to be? You will soon find out, bro. You will soon find out. But when I say the law is biblical, boys, I mean, there have been fucking documentaries on shit that went down in this office. I'm telling you, so much money was made out of this office that the SEC had to look into these guys. I'm saying the amount of dough made from this office made worldwide headline news, boys. Yeah? The law to this office is fucking biblical, bruv. Hi, bro. What you saying, Game and Assault? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. Still holding it since it's just a paper trade. I had a habit of going B always and still played out. So, yeah, trying from that. Yeah, good idea, bro. We always say it's better to hold your trades to full TP or full SL. Chat, if you are new around here, I trade the London session day in, day out. I trade two main strategies for it. I have a mentorship and I have a signal group. So if you want to get in either of those, boys, just join the Discord, link in my bio. Even if you don't join the signals or mentorship, just get in the Discord anyway. Anyone in this live, get in the Discord. It's one of the best Discords in Europe for trading in general. One of the most popping Discords. As you can see, the free chat goes off. Always people, I don't know, making jokes, sharing charts, whatever it may be. But a lot of activity in here, as you can see, boys. It's the place to be, man, 100%. Is it Lloyd? No, it's Junior. 100%, bro. By the way, the reason for me asking about TradingView, I was backtesting my FTMO demo, and when I looked at price at the exact same time on both charts, one was at the low and one was at the high. They shouldn't be that different, bro. If you was on anything over than the 1 minute, that's probably why, because it goes on candle closes. So, but yeah, they won't be that much different, bro. But obviously it's very risky. I'd only do that if you've actually got the money to do so. Higher risk, higher reward, obviously, but yeah. Oh shit, I just realised the time. It's fucking 12 o'clock. Alright, chat. I'm going to jump on my stream with my members now. Actually, wait, 2 secs. 2 secs, chat. I'm not going to jump off just yet. Alright, yeah, chat. I'm just down till past. Just down till past. I'll do the post London stream with the members at 12:30. If I missed any comments, boys, just put them in the chat. So bearish down. I was on you that is not like a thing that is that one as well. To be fair, I think it was just jump off at 1:30. Sorry, 12:30, and Macy's gonna jump on at 12:30. So boys, at 12:30, if you're not in the mentorship and you're just on the YouTube at 12:30, boys, I'm gonna jump off and Macy's gonna jump straight on back on the channel. So yeah, at 12:30, just refresh your YouTube, and then Mace will be straight on at 12:30. Up for the week now again, which is really nice. Another profitable week so far. Let me try and show you the loss that I took. Yeah, so the loss that I took on Monday was it was basically that there. Something like that. I can't remember the exact trade, but it was essentially, this was the trade here. Something like that anyway. And as you can see, it did get cooked in the end. So that's minus 1% from that. Or 1R from that. And then 2R from this. Or the best part of 2R from this. So, yeah. We're getting bullish order flow come through, chat. We might actually see reversals a little bit earlier than we thought. Let's check the DXY. Yeah, you can see we're mitigating bearish POIs. Not POIs, but areas. You can see mitigating this fair value gap and now pushing higher. If we can actually manage to sort of push to the point where we close above this high, then that may be confirmation that the trend is ready to reverse back to the upside. 12:30 English time, bro. So 24 minutes from now. I'm in a Bitcoin short of 75k after the sweep at 76k. My stop loss is above the sweep. What's your opinion on this? I do like that, bro. I am bearish on Bitcoin, as a lot as you probably know. As a lot of you probably know. Bruv, how's my mate who's an Arsenal fan? Bear in mind we're playing on the Champions League tonight at 7 o'clock. We had a conversation yesterday about watching the game. And he's just texted me, let's go sauna today, 7 p.m. Not really the best time in there. Let's have a look at this Bitcoin. Yeah, boys, but Mace, who's going to be going live at 12:30, he is, obviously that's my best mate, the person I do Richesse with. I started learning trading literally about a week before him, and I was like, bro, Mace, you've got to learn this. We both stuck to it ever since. And yeah, now we both fucking... I do want to see a little bit of the day in the life. I've only got like one day in the life on my YouTube. But it's pretty good video. I quite like the video. Let me show you it if you want to see who we actually are behind the charts. You can see me. I'll show you me. That's me there. Me again. This is a fat gaff. This is a fat old gaff. It's a bit of the lifestyle, boys. Little bit of brush of the Nashers. The camera in my face as soon as I woke up.
Let's get it. What are you saying, Lou? You ready? New day. I've just got to a little G short this morning. Lovely textbook. Sending my analysis to the Discord here. You see, that's the level we ended up entering.
Been doing this shit, chat. This video come out like a year ago. But everyone go watch that. You can see we're like chilling at the beach and that. Baking off. There's a little case study in there as well about my trading. Yeah, it's just quite a jokes video. But go watch that, chat. Office boys, set up nice and cool, nice and good. And then we're going to be doing a lot more videos enough to actually build a good comm. I'm happy with where we're kind of at. I like everyone in this live pretty much, other than a few people. Let me scroll up. Anyone in here that I don't like? I don't know if Cam's still in here. I do like Cam, but he pisses me off. But I do like Cam. Kevin, again, I don't even really like Kevin and he pisses me off, but he's alright. So yeah, basically everyone in this live. Simon, yeah, I like Simon. Everyone else I just like, that's it. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how the comm is. So yeah, I'm going to start doing a lot more IRL vids so you lot can see the lifestyle behind actually trading. Because all you lot see is me sitting here fucking just trading these markets. So you can see day in, day out what I do. The effort we put in every single day to never miss a day in the markets. So it'd be good for you lot to see the reward that actually brings. But yeah, if you're talking about sells, I do like the look of sells on Bitcoin. We obviously swept this high here. But that's something I think. Heard you're coming Pirates Day with Mace. Pirates Day? What's Pirates Day? You're going to be trading the New York session. I'm not going to be on live, bro, but Mace will be. The other person you saw in that vlog, he'll be live at 12:30. So as soon as I jump off at 12:30, he'll jump on. But that'll be on the YouTube. Richesse Effects on YouTube, boys. But yeah, I do like the look of Bitcoin sales, bro, if you are in. I can't remember where you said your stop loss was, but we've got a bit of a gap there. Yeah, I do like the look of sales for sure. My overall main target would be this low here as well. You can see we've got a nice accumulation day yesterday, making this big range. Sorry, not yesterday, Monday. Tuesday swept the range and then traded lower and then closed with him. And then you can see today has just sort of continued that. So we just want to continue that basically. We are getting a bit of bullishness come through. Festival in the south full of pirates. Macy's game. Wait, what's that? Pirates Day. Bro, some of you guys are from the weirdest fucking places. What do you mean Pirates Day? And you're English as well, aren't you? Oh my days, you got to dress like a pirate. Where is it in? Talk Like a Pirate Day is an annual and adopt a swashbuckling persona. That actually sounds jokes, and I love rum as well. Common pirate, fucking hell. Common pirate phrases: ahoy matey, avast, land ho, me, scoundrel, blimey. That's actually kind of funny. I would back that. That's jokes. That's actually jokes. I believe DXY want to hit the 1 hour order block. Yeah, I mean, I've got the 30 minutes. Basically the same, though. That was where my full TP was equivalent on EU. But it's just looking like it's going to take a little bit of a while to get there. But we'll see. Also, that old 1 hour close is not really that nice. Not hour close, sorry. 30-minute close, not hour close. That sounds dodgy as. Why, bro? What sounds dodgy about that? What do you think if 6 years ago you started dropshipping instead of trading? Would you be richer than now? Now it is just a question. Please answer. I did actually used to do dropshipping years ago, boys. Before I even got into trading, I did make a little bit of dough off of doing that. But I get any sort of time you want. You can say, yeah, 6 years from then or whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, if you look at the end goal, if you look at the richest traders, the richest dropshippers, the traders mog insanely. There is no trader, there's no dropshipper that even comes close to being as rich as, like, for example, Warren Buffett. The only people that do are obviously the likes of Jeff Bezos, who actually own the infrastructure there. So if you're looking at the top echelons, you can make money off both, but trading's the most scalable one of the two. So maybe now, if I start to dropship, and would I have made more money? I don't know. Probably would have been about the same, maybe. But then again, you never know. I may have just not got on with it and fucked it. I don't know. But my point is the end goal of trading is a lot better. And also, in my opinion, the lifestyle of trading is a lot better. It's a lot more quantifiable. Dropshipping, you've got to be alert all the time. You're always doing ads. You're always handling shit with your customers. You're doing X, Y, and Z. There's always stuff to be done. Within trading, as you boys know, I get on 8 o'clock, 2, and I'm done for the rest of the day. I have the second half of my day to do whatever I want. So number one is it's a lot better for your lifestyle, and number two, it's a lot more. Might just turn up there with like 16 Marleys from Greenford, and just fucking yeah, it's not for everyone. So this trading's a lot more scalable. Yeah, I think I'm lagging quite a bit. Alright, if you don't want to join the mentorship, if you now to book a call. So make sure, boys, you book in a call if you are trying to get on the phone with me. It's an absolute free chance to just jump on a call, so it's a no-brainer to just jump on. But yeah, boys. There's a link in the chat right now to book a call. But yeah, boys, appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to be jumping on with the members now. So if you're a member, be ready in the Discord right now. You're going to look at it. Bro, I looked at it. Did you not hear me laughing at it earlier? Bro, Bear wants me to see this joke. I read it out on stream and I was bare laughing at it. Oh no, it's a different one. I'm not even going to read that one out on live. The second one, I read the first one. I didn't read the second one. The first one's jokes, though. The first one's jokes. Anyway, chat, yeah. Appreciate you tuning in. W stream today. Appreciate all of you, man. As I said, I do have mentorship and signals available if you do want to get in there. If you want to see all my trades, then yeah, get in there. If you're wondering what's included in the mentorship, this is basically everything. All these different videos. So these are all the sections. You've got market structure, all these videos, liquidity, all these videos, POIs, all these, confluences, all of these, strategies, all of these. Bear in mind, this is 32, so there's actually like fucking loads of these, about 50 videos here. Psychology, all of these, fundamentals, all of these, trading in practice, all of these. So yeah, anything you really need to know is it all within the mentorship. Bear in mind, all of these videos, all referring back to the strategy, right? They're all really referring back to the ALG and the DTO strategy. So all of this knowledge is all going to be put into one thing, which is, as I said, trading the ALG reversal strategy and the DTO continuation strategy, and also finding a higher time frame bias. All of those 100 odd videos are all based back to three things. A, finding high time frame bias. B, this strategy. C, this strategy. Once you've got these three down to a T and you've watched all the content, you're going to be absolutely laughing, boys. But yeah, obviously on top of that, we do 2 live streams every day with our members. One pre-London stream at 6 AM to 8 AM, breaking down what we're expecting in the London session. And the other one after the London session finishes, which is right now, where I break down what I've seen. So you're really getting all anyone to get in there. As I said, I try and see how we get in. If we get in wins, if we get in losses. As I said, took a loss on Monday, win today. So we're up for the week, trading this exact strategy as we have been for pretty much the whole year, really. We haven't had a bad week pretty much across the whole year. But yeah, boys, if you are looking to get into that, then just join the Discord and send me a message. Or you can book in a call with me, as I said, and I can explain a little bit about what's included. Maybe you can let me know specifically where you're at. And you want to know if that would actually help for you. You can let me know your personal struggles. Maybe if you're struggling to balance it with work. Maybe if you're struggling with psychology, a strategy, whatever it may be. But as I said, I'll drop a link in there to join the live. We also do have signals available. As I said, we've had only one signal sent in today. And it is this trade right here. It is this short right here. Which is slowly but surely getting there. It is up about 1%, so nothing major. But yeah, nice to be sent into the signals there. So if you are trying to get in that, join the Discord, boys, and just send me a DM saying signals or send me a DM saying mentorship, and I can get you in there ASAP. Or Alternatively, if you want to book in a call, there's a link in the chat right now to book a call. Yo, bro, I managed to get my first big payout, 6k US dollar. Had another 4k as well, but got greedy, lost the account. What do you think is the best way to scale? That's sick, bro. I love to hear that. I'm actually just about to jump off Stacks. But I tell you what, send me a DM on Discord and we can jump on a call and I can explain to you how I scaled up from my first 100k account all the way to 700k's worth of funding. So, yeah, if you do want that, bro, then just send me a DM on Discord and we can jump on a call. As I said, boys, or not said yet, but do not message any fake accounts. If you want to message me, boys, I'll never message you first and I'll never ask you for money in crypto. So I'm going to put yo in the chat right now. This is my name here. My name is Louis and you can see my name is in gold. Everyone else is in different colour. Mine's in gold. So click on my name, drop me a message saying either signals, mentorship or call or whatever it may be. And we can jump on a call or whatever it is I'll help you out with. But if someone's messaging you claiming to be me, I'll never message you first. Remember that. I'll never message you first, alright? So don't get scammed. Anyway, boys, yeah, Discord link in my TikTok bio, link in my YouTube bio as well. Go to my channel. Just click that Discord link right there. It will take you to the Discord. But yeah, boys, appreciate all of you, man, tuning into the live today. As I said, I'll be active on DMs. Macy's live at 1:30, boys. So 5 minutes time, Macy's going to be live. If you're in the mentorship, we're going to start the post-London stream right now. But yeah, I appreciate all the dubs in the chat. Everyone spam dubs in the chat. Let me see who's still left in the live, boys, so I know who's really fucking with the Richesse team. Big up to everyone in this com. W Casual, W Helene, W Jed, W Trap, W Casual, W Phil, WFX, Rafay. Dubs in the chat, boys. Dubs in the chat. Appreciate all you, man, tuning in, boys. Love, camera, sweet Stacks. I'll get back to you ASAP, brother. Appreciate you tuning in, TikTok, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Sweet people. Dub, everyone. Chat's going off right now. Let me get a video of this, boys. Let me get a video of the chat going off. Let me get a video of it going off. Spam that shit, boys. Spam that shit. Spam that shit. Everyone spam that up big time. Everyone spam that. Spam that. I'm going to get a video. Everyone spam that. Spam it to death, boys. Spam it to death. I want the chat fucking moving like nothing before. Everyone absolutely spam it. There we go. Alright, W people, everyone who spammed, appreciate you lot. I can't even see you lot's names. Jesus, mate, it's going off. Okay, let me do that again. Jesus. Yeah, big up to everyone, boys. Appreciate all you, man, tuning in. Boy Genius, Jay, FX Replay, Full Stas. Boy Genius, Jay, KR, Womble, Aman. Phil, Boy Genius, again, Burning Candles, US Tech, Casual, KR, Vision, I don't know who else, Burning Candles, everyone. Big up everyone who dropped a dub, Claudio, dub, everyone in the chat right now, boys. Appreciate fucking hell, you lot are still spamming. Big up to the community, boys. 5 minutes time, Macy's going to be live at 12:30. If you're in the mentorship, I will see you in the chat right now. Big up to the com, boys. Fucking best com in the game. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 AM or I'll see you at some point before then. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in and I will catch you in the next stream, people. Sweet, boys.